What's up,
God
Cat?
damn.
Yeah.
Some motherfucking doghouse battle cat collaboration right here. You know this motherfucker bang. Not to see. Straight West Coast thing. Peep the script.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Milwaukee 414 stand up. It's your boy Kevin Barnes, the mouthpiece of the movement, the militant with a microphone, aka the Negro Whisperer. It's Wednesday evening, so you know what that means. It is time for the Hump Day edition of Outlaw Radio. Second show of the week coming in. Shout out to the Word Mob Outlaws. I'm sure they'll be joining me shortly. For those who are not too preoccupied watching the Bucks game, we can run it down, talk a little shit for a minute. This is what we do. Like I say, Mondays, we do Outlaw Radio. Tuesdays, it is the Big Black Sports Show. Then I come back again on Wednesday with Outlaw Radio. And then tomorrow night is normally Outlaw Nation. We'll see what I do with Outlaw Nation. It's usually about how I'm feeling, right? Like, oh, man, need naps and whatnot. But welcome to the show, man. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat room already. The numbers run across the bottom of the screen if you want to get involved with the conversation. That is 262-202-5131, 262-202-5131. Check this out. If you have a business, something that you are promoting, or you have something going on in the city that you think people should know about that they could possibly take advantage of, just hit me up. We can talk business. We can put your banners up, put your logos up, put whatever you have in terms of your ads for your business. We can interpolate those throughout the show. So hit me up, man. 262-202-5131. I've always talked about sponsorships and potential partners, and that's something we are now ready to move into, man. So if you want to do business, hey, holla at me, man. Like I said, I see you, B. I see you, BT, in the chat room. My brother Byron Terry. Listen, I always start the show off by talking sense before I get too loose with it, right? Like, so I want to say rest in peace and condolences to brother Bob Lanier, who was a Milwaukee Buck here for a very long time, one of the all-time great NBA players. And shout out to his son Walter, who's actually a friend of the show. Walter's been on Outlaw Radio several times. I actually worked with Walter. He's a good dude. So, rest in peace, man. Prayers and condolences to Bob Lanier. I have to say that. And also happy birthday to the to the most esteemed black leader that we have. The one that I always give all the credit to, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I believe he's 89 or 90 years old. Happy birthday to the minister. And I know a lot of people don't agree with his politics or whatever. They don't, they maybe they encapsulate themselves with some things he may have said years ago, whatever, what have you. The one thing you cannot deny is that he is probably the preeminent black leader that we have now, that we've had for years. The nation has helped many people. I hear people, I know they have their detractors. To me, Louis Farrakhan, I should say Minister Farrakhan, is the greatest black leader we've seen in a long time. So shout out to him. Happy birthday to him. I'm not Muslim either. I give props where props is due. What's popping, Kamar? What's going on with you?
Peace, man. Peace. I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful today. I appreciate the title that you had today, Peace of Mind.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm always talking about peace. And I don't care who you is, man. You know what I mean? There's always some kind of warfare going on within. You know what I'm saying? That's creating chaos within the mind. You know what I mean? And I don't care how versed you are, how cold at keeping your peace that you may think you are. You know what I mean? Whatever level you get on, it's going to be new challenges. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So it's always going to be a new challenge to be able to retain that peace of mind.
Yeah, man. And, the conversation lends itself to, what do people consider peace? What is peace of mind? I think, and it's the reason why that kind of came across, because I just feel like right now tensions and stress for us as people of color is so goddamn high. Like you could cut the tension in the air in the community. It's
Right.
it's a negative kind of vibe
It's
throughout our community because you
it's
don't
it's
feel
it's
safe wherever you go.
it's just a frame of thought that you know what I mean. I feel like we taught. You know what I mean. Like it's again. This stems from poverty also.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I mean. It stems from poverty also. But
I got you playing
it's a
some
taught
music.
mindset.
You got music playing? I'm hearing like
Yeah, in the
DMX.
other room. Hold on.
I'm sitting there like, I know I love that song. Don't get me wrong, I love DMX, but I'm like, are y'all hearing the same shit I'm hearing? But yeah, man, crucial questions, right? To be had in our community. Main one being, what are we really gonna do about the violence? And I have to now just kind of put violence first. We have many different problems in our community. Don't get me wrong, I understand that. But the violence, right? Like, because I feel like the violence is kind of one of the stress factors. And the way it's kind of done right now in our community, it's not just you got to worry about going somewhere and getting shot or getting jumped on or getting assaulted. Now it's like as simple as just driving or walking down the street, right? Like going through an intersection, and people say, well, that's crime. It's violent crime. So I'm saying, like, right now, this is one of the things that's on all our minds. And anytime we leave a house in Milwaukee, you kind of moving with your head on a swivel because you're like, man, I go through this light, I got to watch my ass. Man, I turn this corner, go up in this spot, I got to watch my ass. When I go get back to my house and get ready to go up to the door, got to watch my ass. So I'm wondering if anybody else is just as stressed out as me and just say, man, I need a little peace of mind. Like I need to get some. I'm mentally
Mm-hmm.
tired, right? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
definitely. We all wound up. You know what I mean? Everybody wound up. It started up with COVID, when the pandemic started. You know what I mean? Well, it didn't start there, but I'm gonna say, you know what I mean? It got turned up a notch during the pandemic. You know what I mean? Everybody on point, watching out for who's sick, who might be sick or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Somebody cough, you know they got COVID, and then it's like, you know what I mean, with the streets. You know, the way the streets is in the community, people, you know, we look watching the news, people dying, people getting killed, all kind of heinous shit is going on. So, you know what I mean? When you seeing this stuff on the news, it make you more aware and you start being more on point as far as your surroundings and stuff.
70 some odd homicides right now.
Yeah,
Um,
your head better be on the swivel.
yeah, yeah. And there's
How
there's
many people in your neighborhood?
and that number doesn't include victims of the crazy reckless driving. And I don't think it includes the number of overdose. We have a lot of overdoses. There's an opioid epidemic that's still kind of moving and grooving in the background. And silently but surely, COVID is still here. Like I know a lot of people like to think that this is over. Whatever it is that you named it, whatever it is that people give it, because everybody that wasn't ain't no such thing as COVID. Whatever it is that you've named it, it's still here and it's still lurking. And we don't know when whoever, because a lot of people tell me there's a creator, right? Like there's a patent for it. So you don't know when those individuals will decide, hey, let's make another variant. And then there we go.
Yep.
Uh, shout out,
Unfortunately.
shout out to T.R. Arthur. Go ahead, Kamar. My bad.
No, I was just saying, unfortunately, you know, that's the day we live in. You know, they thrive on fear. You know what I'm saying? They get paid when we scared. You know what I mean? Cause see, you figure like this. Okay, if we scared on the streets, you know what I mean, we won't mind them putting more money towards the police, you know what I mean, funding. If we scared about what else now? What was we just talking about?
Well, the Stolies, the reckless
Right.
driving, the
Right. Well,
opioid.
that's another thing. If we worried about, if we scared of that, you know what I mean? That's a reason to give the police more funding, you know. But I mean, it's just saying everything's built off fear. They selling fear.
Right. I don't think they got to sell it too hard because the community is a
Well,
wild.
no, they ain't got to sell it hard, no, but they are selling it.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Well, why not? Right? Like you might as well make some money off of it. I guess that's how they feel. Um, well,
Yeah, they give you a bunch of shit to be scared of. Some people say this is what religion is about. They have you so scared to die that you're willing to pay to go to church and not pay to go to church, but pay at church figuring this may be your way in heaven. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying some say that. I'm not saying that this is a fact and this is what's going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you get what I'm saying? Like fear, like a lot of people getting paid off of fear because people scared of shit. Security.
Well, that's always been a part of what we do, and because you and I, we were all born in the news cycle era where there's, and we got a lot of 24-hour news cycles.
How about this?
With
My
that,
bad, Kevin. But how about this one? I got another one. The vaccination.
okay.
They got us with fear on that one. You know what I mean? They got us with fear. Some of us got persuaded to have to take it because of the job situations. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, you know what I mean? They use fear to get it, push it on us.
Yeah, I mean that's there for people who are going to stay in the house and like watch TV or watch their phone or whatever, pay attention to the news cycle. Yeah, that's definitely what they sell is fear.
And whether or not they gave that vaccination away for free or not, somebody got paid for it.
Well, we'll see where this whole booster shot kind of recharging thing goes. We'll see where that goes, what that ultimately evolves into. What's going on, Rail? I see you down there in the corner, boy. What's popping?
Chilling. I ain't got that pop on my mic tonight, do it?
No, you sound very well.
Oh, okay, cool. Glad to hear that.
Tell me you done snuck off and bought a microphone or something.
No, man. I don't know what's up. I know today been hectic, man. I've been back and forth taking family to the hospital and shit.
Oh Lord, what's going on? Prayers up.
It's that peace of mind I was just talking about that. This is spiritual warfare. You know what I mean? We get encountered with these problems and these issues and stuff, but we have to remain peaceful. We have to remain ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just tests. Everything that's happening is just tests. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people going through shit, and that's why I'm talking about this too.
Right. And we can talk about even people who do go to church. What's the reason for them trying to seek redemption or trying to find some divinity? We'll talk about that. B said, "I'm alive, so I'm already winning," and that's one way. That's one way to look at it. He said, "We see that the killings won't stop. Just have your house in order. No GoFundMe." Listen, there are some crazy situations where individuals who are out here or somebody, and they pass away, and it's like, well, it's a GoFundMe for them, right? Like, and I don't know if people would consider Kev that's not keeping your house in order, but because how many of us don't actually have life insurance? That's another thing. Like Black people don't really think about like life insurance. Mostly I've had it through a job or an occupation, but if not, I don't know if I wasn't working, I'd have to get private life insurance, but it's not something a lot of us put a premium on. So there is the GoFundMe when the first picture they show is you with all the bread up to your head. They call it money phone, and then he got to GoFundMe. Like, where the money in the picture at? God damn it! Like shit, So, but yeah, man, what are we doing? What are we doing to do? What are we going to do to get peace of mind in this community? Like, I don't care what nobody says. You could have money here. You could be doing very well. You don't feel a certain amount of anxiety if you live in the Black community, then you need to let us know what it is that got you so centered. Go ahead,
Ray, you was going to say something?
I thought that was you, Kumar.
I was going to say, Kev, it go back to what you said in the beginning. You know what I mean? You have to be able to define your peace.
Yeah. What is peace? What's bringing
peace? You know what I mean? What's peace to you? You know what I mean? Like, cause see, a lot of people, they got a false image of peace. You know what I'm saying? A false idea of peace. You know what I mean? It's deeper than what a lot of people may think it is. It's deeper than just running around here saying, "Hey, peace, brother, peace, peace." It's all good. You know what I mean? You got a lot of people running around here talking about peace, but then as soon as they get into it, they talking about shooting the club up.
Yeah, the shooting.
You know what I mean? I carry my guns on me. I got my guns. Well, you can have your guns and still be about peace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't got to blast it out there like that. I mean, but you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's about finding the true sense of peace, understanding what a true sense of peace is.
But I'd like
to see a true sense of peace. In my definition, a true sense of peace being able to not let nothing move you. You know what I mean? Okay, somebody do something to wrong you. I don't feel like I gotta go harm that brother. You know
Right.
what I mean? Just because they did something wrong to me or they disrespected me or said something bad. I'm at peace with myself.
I
I
don't.
know what I am. I know who I am. I know if they
think
try
we
to
need to-
touch me, I know what I can do. You dig what I'm saying?
I
Right,
think we
right.
need to figure out where the contempt is coming from, right? Like because there's a reason why people are so on 10, right? Like and I know people have now kind of signified the quarantine uh during the pandemic as something that kind of kicked things off. But I have to say this. I feel like it was kind of dysfunctional before then. And I actually thought I'm one of those people who, for all intents and purposes, I enjoyed the quarantine. It was
Me
to
too.
me, it was very peaceful. To me, it was like everything came to a halt. You were able to kind of sit and get centered within yourself and say, "All right, when we come out of this, I want to move this way," or it's you got to know the people around you. They say that resulted in divorces. They say that got the violence up in the air. I didn't look at it that
Hey
way. So I'm
man, listen. I didn't have to change nothing about my lifestyle. Only thing changed was people wasn't getting upset because I wasn't coming into their events and shit.
Right.
surprised.
You know what I mean? So it worked out for me. It worked out well.
For I heard a lot of people who identify with me in that because but I have things around here to keep myself busy. So I have hobbies. I had other things that I could do that kind of occupied my mind that didn't require me to have 15 people over. Shout out to John Fletcher in the chat room. He says, prepare yourself, family, and your safety and protection is up to you. Too much putting our needs on someone else. Ticey Gassi, shout out to Ticey Gassi in Control C. She said, so I'm thinking she's referring to peace of mind, being the master of your emotions.
That most
That is,
definitely will help.
ooh, that's a very hard thing to do nowadays. I don't,
Definitely.
man,
Well,
goodness gracious.
and see, you talk about that peace. Like I say, being able to be at peace before, during, and after a situation. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what that is. Being a master of your emotions, being able to
Exactly.
control your emotions. Cause see, let me tell you, man, when I see two people arguing, I really see two people with no self-control.
Right.
Okay, I can see how you
You
can say that.
you did what I'm saying? Cause they ain't got no control, man. Chill out. It ain't no big deal. Motherfucker ain't touching me.
Yeah, some people know how to push that goddamn button though. They're gonna bring it up out you
Well,
one
I
way or
mean, hey, you can let them touch it, push it.
what Charlie Murphy
It's
call them
always a choice.
habitual line steppers who no matter how fucking you gonna try. I'm trying to be humble. I'm trying, and this
But
motherfucker's
and,
determined to get the most out of his money. You know
right.
what I mean? So it's
But you know, it's hey again, there's levels to this shit. You know
uh,
what I mean? We all practicing to do better at this shit. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't there. So yeah, people can push your button.
I feel like too. There's some people here who are on a mission to kind of fuck your day up. Like I feel like a lot of people here are so unsatisfied with their lives and their kind of their level of self-love is so low that they can't stand to see you like happy and
Right.
kicking it and chilling like yeah man and that's what I'm saying the source of the contempt like what is it about us that where we gotta I know, I get it. First of all, I get it. I understand people are frustrated. I understand the effects of generational poverty. There's a kind of conditioned mindset here. I'm not ignoring that. What I'm saying is though, like even when you want to exist in just like this kind of square radius here in our city, you're gonna run across some people who are like fuck that. You're gonna be pissed off as me. I'm gonna make sure of it. And that's where you see sometimes you see two people arguing because one of the people has already said, look, man, how many goddamn times I done told you? And that's probably the moment of straightening or attempted straightening. So sometimes you got to let a motherfucker have it though, Kamar. You can't. I love to be able to throw the piece and say, brother, I'm gonna meditate on you. Sometimes you got to say, man, fuck
Hey,
you.
well look, okay, well then you gotta grow up, make some grown man decisions.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? What could happen? What
hey,
could happen if I make this decision? What could happen if I make that one? You know what I mean? You got to make some grown man decisions, man. What's it worth to you? You got kids at home
Right.
that's counting on you to support them. Well, I can't really do nothing too quick that's gonna send me to jail unless this motherfucker is actually threatening my person. You know
yeah,
what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you can say what you want to say, But until you try to put your hands on me, you know what I mean? It's a decision that I have to make whether or not I'm gonna feed into it or not.
I'm in situations, and I can tell you about this. Even when I'm not in the community, like this ain't just reserved for black people, right? This
Right.
ain't just, and
Yeah, it's
people hear
life.
me
We talk
talking.
about life.
People hear me talking, so I want them to understand. Like even when I'm outside my community, it's very important to keep myself balanced and be aware of my surrounding. But there's also some situations in those communities where a motherfucker just got to get his shit straightened out. You just gonna have to back the fuck up off me, or it's
Yeah.
gonna be what it's gonna be because
Okay, but then you're gonna have to go through what you're gonna have to go through.
my main thing is survival. So you go back
But
to that
like I
judge
say,
by
you may
12.
have to go to prison and your kids need you out here.
Well, it goes back to that thing of judged by 12 or carried by 6. And it's which one would you want? Do I want to come? Oh, I was trying to be peaceful and I came home fucked all up and I couldn't even
No shit,
do
Kevin.
everything
Kevin,
again.
no shit, man. Like I said, unless a motherfucker is threatening my person, we saying the same thing.
And I'm saying to you, it's motherfuckers in Milwaukee who exist to do that or at least act like that round the clock, no matter how peaceful you are. And that's how we end up with so many goddamn negative situations. It's people who be like, ain't gonna be no meditating today, bro. I'm pushing this line all the way across. And you gotta be like, hold the fuck on, man. What's wrong with you? Like, I feel like that's where maybe the source of contempt is. We all feel like, hey, don't push me. I'm already on the line, motherfucker. Just don't push me. So I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person in Milwaukee who feels like that. John Fletcher said habitual line steppers. Um, what do you think this whole Karen thing and this? You always see these old white dudes who want to say some dumb shit to you. And yeah, I can let some of this shit slide. I can. I can honestly say, yeah, I hear you, Kamar. I'm out here
Man,
in West
listen,
Dallas.
when the motherfuckers say something, they can say what they want to say. Like you said, Kev, white person say nigga, it shouldn't move you.
It ain't that though. It's
No,
not
I'm just
that.
saying that it shouldn't be nothing a person can say to you to make you lose your shit.
It's some things some people. I'm still
Then
working
you don't
on
have
that.
control.
Maybe I don't at there's certain I got a threshold for control. And keep in mind,
Okay,
I'm
that's
no
what I'm
I'm
saying. There's
no I'm
levels to
no
it.
I'm no therapist. So I want people to understand that. I'm not a therapist. And that's why I tell you, I don't tell you what to think. I just tell you to think, right?
Right.
Considering the circumstances and whatever happens behind your decisions is one of those things that you should be doing. You should be thinking about it, right? But some people say what we say, death before dishonor. I'm not that extreme, but what I'm saying
Right.
is certain situations I have to let you know. That's just how I'm built, though. I got certain, and it ain't as simple as saying, "Oh, you nigger," or something like that. It's some other things that a white person could do that'll make me square up and say, "Hey, man, fuck what you talking about. We're gonna have to get this done." That's just where I'm at in life, and I can admit it because I'm
Hey,
honest with
I
myself.
get it. Hey, I done sat in prison, so I know it's a lot of that shit that I wouldn't have let slide before. I let that shit slide now.
I
I ain't
hear you.
trying to go sit back there no more. I
Some
know
shit.
what that shit like. It ain't worth it. I'm here to tell you, it ain't worth it, bro.
You know what? Because I'm gonna tell you, I'd rather sit in a prison cell than lay in a coma for 2 years. Because
Cause
I just
somebody's
walk
well,
away and the motherfucker
no
done.
shit, Kevin, no shit. I don't expect you to let nobody bust you over your head.
Well,
I'm
all
talking
that
about
backing
the
up
words.
sometimes. Look, all that backing up and shit. Sometimes that's what happens in
I'm
our
talking about
city.
the words, man.
Shit starts with words. That's where the shit you. Excuse me, brother. What
Yeah.
you mean, nigga? Hold on, man. I wasn't even on that. I beat your motherfucking ass. See, we already got a situation. At this point, it's hard for me to de-escalate and say, "Excuse me, my brother. I'd like to pray for you and keep my peace of mind because I have a family to go."
No,
He gonna
that
be
ain't
like,
what you saying.
"Get your ass out of here,"
No,
right?
that ain't what you saying. Hey,
I'm just saying.
hey, ego and pride is a hell of a drug.
Yes,
It
a son of a
is.
bitch,
It
man.
is,
I'm
man.
telling you, man. I'm telling you, Kev. I told you the other day. Hey, I knew a whole bunch of motherfuckers doing life, dog, because of their ego and pride. The shit, it ain't worth it.
I
I'm
know.
here
I,
to tell you,
I
it
know
ain't
some
worth it.
people. I know some people in
You
the
want peace
ground.
of mind? You talking about peace of mind?
I know
Like
some
you
people
won't
in the
have peace of
ground.
mind after you commit that. After you cross that line, the peace of mind is out the window.
I know some people in the ground because they didn't have an ego or any pride. Because you can't go at this world with all that. You got to have some ego. You got to have some pride. You a man. You
No
shouldn't have
shit. No
ego.
shit. But you don't let it get in the way.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
You don't let it. You don't let it be your demise. You don't let that shit. You don't let pride and ego put you in the penitentiary.
It is what it is. Chantel Gwen said, I'm frustrated and not at peace with so many children dying. Back 20 years ago in this city, you rarely heard about children dying at this rate. It's heartbreaking. It definitely is heartbreaking. And a lot of people are frustrated and not at peace for that very reason, because it's so many young people dying. Like 20 years ago when I was teaching school, I had students that I had in my classroom who were murdered, 15, 16 years old. So this has been that's why you hear me being frustrated about it, because it's been an ongoing problem for so long. I was born and raised on the north side of Milwaukee. All right. And it's always been this thing where people exist to just fuck your whole shit up. Like you can't even run away from drama. You can't run away from it. I'm gonna avoid it. I ain't gonna go down here. I ain't gonna. If you don't look out, somebody will have you in some shit. You be like, I don't even be there. I don't even be there. Like, why are you calling me with this shit? Like, it's just, I'm just saying, people, and this where your boy need Jesus at. I keep telling y'all, I ain't pastor nobody. I ain't doctor nobody. I'm still a regular motherfucker that feel like, here's the line. I'm not gonna cross it, and your ass better not cross it. And that's just the way I've always operated. And so, that's what I'm saying. In some of these cases, people attempt to do this kind of thing to kind of like keep you in fear. Like the fear you talking about they selling. It's some motherfuckers walking around out here who feel like they are the personification of that. But I'm not scared of you. Because in most cases, I'm not scared of you. I'm scared of what I do to your ass.
And
if you cross that line.
And that right there, Kevin, and that right there is why it's so much easier for me to keep my peace. Because I know what the fuck I would do.
I
know the distance I would go. You see what I'm saying? And I know the distance that I would go will put me away for a long fucking time.
Hey man,
I ain't finna let no words take me there, man. Motherfuckers say what they want to say until I feed back into it. You know what I mean?
It's just like I'm saying, like you can't imagine, like this is how simple it is for you and I as a black man. And Rel, you chime in on this and you let me know about this. This is how simple this shit is, right? Because we can say, oh, my ego and my pride and I'm out with my wife. This is what motherfuckers do when you're out with your woman. You're out with your wife, and this didn't happen to me. I'm just saying, this is how Milwaukee is. You out, you going somewhere, some cat, hey, what's happening, girl? Your wife say, nah, I'm married, I'm good. Oh, what do you do? Well, and I'm standing right here, brother. Oh, motherfucker, what am I supposed to say then? Oh, fuck this bitch. And I got to, now you done disrespected my people, or maybe my kids standing there. I got to be a man and say, hold on, bro. We ain't finna do all that, man. You gonna have to back up off that shit. Cause if I just walk away now and I get in the car and I say, y'all know I would have stood up for y'all, but daddy don't want to go to prison. I said up in the back like, bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a man. I'm sorry, man. You gotta be a man. You gotta be a man.
So you saying I wouldn't in that situation?
Hell no, I'm not. I would never say that.
But that's my point. That's my point.
Your point was
you can be a man and make the right decision.
Your point was you ain't gonna let somebody said get you in that. I'm saying this shit started from some shit a motherfucker said. And I didn't bring it to the table, he brought it to the table. So that's how tense and how thin the line is in Milwaukee. That's what I'm saying. We need peace of mind. We need to figure out how we gonna get some, because everybody in this city needs to take a goddamn deep breath right now. A whole collective fucking woosah, because we all too much on edge, including myself. I hear noise at night, I'm gripped up looking out the window. Right? And I'm just recovering from a back surgery in the window. Like, what the fuck is this? What's going on? That's how on edge we are. And I don't even live in the goddamn, it ain't like I live in 53206. I said breathe. You're right. I need to take a woosah, man, because I'm frustrated behind this shit. That's why I'm doing this show, man. This is my therapy, I guess. And I'm not saying what nobody else would or wouldn't do. I'm talking about me. I can only speak from my perspective. I'm glad there's some people out here, because you know what they say, cooler heads prevail. So a lot of situations are avoided because you got some brother who say, I had to be real cool about that and just avoid that. A lot of times I be with the bullshit too.
Hey, here's the science to it. Man. God is peace, right? God is peace. The only way you gonna receive the word is when you in a peaceful state. You dig what I'm saying? The word is the right decision. The word is the right things to do. You know what I mean? It's when you start getting emotional, when you start breathing fast, you start breathing different, your mind start working different. It don't work like it's supposed to. You know what I mean? I'm telling you why peace is so important. Why you have to learn how to not let words control you. It's certain shit that, you know what I mean? Like every decision is a good and a bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With every decision, you know what I mean? It's either life threatening or life giving.
Yeah, buddy.
You
But
know what I'm saying? Which one you gonna get? And you only gonna get the right answers when you're in a peaceful state of mind. If you out here and you letting the motherfucker take you there right away, you done lost your peace. You ain't finna even do it right. I mean, you did what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get
It's
the
just
most
this
bang
is
for
something
my
that we
buck.
all have to work on. You know what I mean? And you learn this so you can navigate through life with as few problems as possible.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It sounds ideal, but I just want I feel like some of us need to let some of these near do wells know motherfuckers ain't really scared of you because you keep hearing us say, well, we need to police our own community. We need to stop the crime in our streets. We need to go and make sure our communities are safe. In order to do that, we're gonna have to go out there and meet fire with fire. You ain't walking out there with no candles and shit when the shit's going down, talking about, hey, y'all, come on now, let's all get together. And you got to meet this shit with the
Let's
same
be realistic. Can we really do that though?
man, I think it's ways we can do it.
No.
I think
Because
it
I'm gonna
is.
tell you what's gonna happen. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. We're gonna start killing each other that way. And then we're gonna start going to prison that way too.
Yeah, we going to prison a bunch
So
of
we're
ways.
gonna be going to prison at a very high rate. That's what's gonna happen.
We already doing that.
I mean, if that happened, it's gonna be worse.
I don't know. It's funny to holler for us to be hollering out peace in the middle of a war zone. It's what
I ain't
it's always
saying holler
crazy.
out peace nowhere.
Right. Like
Don't take your ass out in the war zone.
see now
I
what
mean,
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
just
Like,
saying, man. I'm just saying,
why
man.
can't we roll? Why can't
I'm
we
just
go
saying,
out?
it's a peaceful way to think, man. It's a peaceful way of being, man. And you ain't got to be no punk either.
Right. I think we get a fight or flight response, and I'm not in flight right now. So you can guess which kind of the way our city is has my mentality a certain way. I'm
Hey,
actually
didn't
affected by the
didn't
shit.
I could be wrong, but didn't Jesus kill a bunch of people?
I guess they say he did a bunch of stuff. I wasn't there. I
Well,
don't
that's
know.
what I'm saying. You could be peace and love, and you know what I mean. But when times come, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I'm not Jesus.
I'm just saying that's a universal law.
I don't know.
Self-preservation.
It seems like everybody's doing their own thing now, anyways. Nobody really has no order or no structure to what they're doing. So you see one person living by these principles, this person is living by those principles. Ain't nobody got no directions no more. There's very few dudes who even read the instruction book. They just out here on anything, and you got to be on guard for that shit. You know what I mean?
No
I would
doubt.
love to be.
No
When I
doubt.
get to where I'm going in my walk, then I can witness to people. But right now, I'm right out here with y'all. I'm frustrated as you is, and it's a mistake for any individual who's like in the city and consider himself or herself like I'm doing bad. I'm out here. I'm in the streets. I'm mad. I'm frustrated. If you think you're more frustrated than me, you're making a mistake. And I ain't even in the gutter. I'm not in the streets. I'm frustrated because of the bullshit that go on. So now we got the immovable force versus the unstoppable object or whatever, however the fuck they be putting that shit, right? I fucked that all up. Excuse me. What's up, Jazzy? Peace and love. You know what, Jazzy? You got to tell me how to say your name because I massacred it the other week when we trying to shout you out. I said, yes, I mean, hallelujah. You got to explain to me how to say it. Shout out to Vince Tony in the chat room. He said he 10 toes down with me. Listen, I'm not trying to people say your old ass need to get somewhere and sit down. That's true too, right? Like it don't make no sense to be as old as me and still had his anger, right? This is why I'm doing the show, right? Like because that shit gives me an edge no matter where I go. It's a Milwaukee thing, and you can take it other places. Of course, you'll get met with some Detroit shit if you over there with it, and you go to shot, you get met with some Chicago shit with it. But it's a thing, right? And that's why I said peace of mind. So I'd like to know from people out there, even y'all, what where we gonna get this peace of mind from to get this community to calm the fuck down, so I can calm the fuck down, because I can't calm down as
Well,
long as they tripping.
well, only you are in control of your own peace, man. Can't nobody control that, man. Like you know, I would like to get people to say, I just need me a man. If I get me a good man, I'd be so happy that he
Pause.
could be my peace.
Pause.
No, the
I
fuck
get
he
what you
can't be your peace.
pause. I hear what you're saying. Pause though. We don't not get a man though. Get a woman.
I'm saying, but that's how I'm talking about. This is how people talk. I mean, shit. Like I said, I'm at peace. I don't give a fuck what I said. I don't even got to say pause.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right. I feel you.
I ain't worried about what nobody think. That part
Right.
of my pride and my ego is gone.
Man,
Right.
you
You know
are.
what I mean?
Exactly.
Now, don't get me wrong. Now, you know what I mean. There are certain levels where my pride and ego still getting away.
See, now
Like I
you
said,
now
it's
you agreeing
levels
with
to
me.
this shit.
Now you agreeing
Like I
with
said,
me.
there's levels to this shit. You have to work at this with yourself to get better. You know what I mean? And no matter what level you on, it's gonna be something else that's gonna you feel like gonna push you over the edge.
Shout out to
But if
Vince.
you know it, you can work on it.
Vince in
Exactly.
the chat room. Vince said he went to church Sunday. Same message he heard as a child. He said his mother let him stop going to church when he was 12 years young. That debate about religion, listen to, and or spirituality, however you define it. If somebody out there is doing that and they're saying, Kevin, this is how I establish my peace of mind, I'm open to that too. Like I'm not really gonna knock nobody down because they, and there's some people that works for them,
Man,
Right.
listen,
right?
religion is structured off of the spiritual systems which bring peace, which bring you closer to God, that peace. You know what I mean? So I can imagine that some people can go through many different religions and find peace.
He said, my peace comes from within. It doesn't mean I'm not pissed about the shit going on in the city with all these
Right.
fucked up leaders.
Yeah, you can
All
be
for
pissed,
them.
but you ain't gonna let it control your emotions.
But I feel like this. I think you should be able to get it out your system. If
Yeah.
you want to say it, if you want to say it, if you
Ain't
want to
nothing
say
wrong with
this is
that.
bullshit, if you want to say this is dumb, what the fuck is wrong with our community? Why in the fuck are we so dysfunctional? If you want to say these things out loud, it's
Yeah,
okay for us to say them,
no doubt.
right? And
No doubt.
it is better a lot of times to just get it out
We
instead of
supposed to talk about it. We
repressing.
supposed to say something. That's how you heal this shit. That's how you get through it. We
Right.
gotta mention it. We gotta say something.
Gotta let these motherfuckers know.
But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? We can't let this stuff get us so emotional to the point where like we eager to hurt each other because we so tired of this shit.
Hey,
Right.
You know what I mean? We can't let it get to that.
Sometimes you ain't in control of where it
We
goes.
talking about peace of mind.
They said it was written, so whatever you got coming to you, coming anyways. But sometimes you just got to play your role. Like, I mean, all that I can prevent it, I can stop it. You don't have no control. You just a little man. You don't got control.
It's a thin line. It's a thin line, Ben, between just playing your role and working at being a better person. You know what I mean? Because see, a lot of people would say, that's just how I am. That's the same thing as saying just play your role. I'm just how I am. No, we can get better. We can think better.
Right.
And see, and the thing is this: everybody in the community need to be on this thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we run into the problem at. Like I said, it's different levels. So some people are at a level where they can't even see this. They can't understand it. They can't fathom it. Their mind ain't even set up to understand this way of thinking, this peaceful way of thinking.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you have to come out of that survival mindset.
Right.
It's not for everybody. It ain't for everybody. And I'm gonna tell like, cause some people end up trying to do it and they be fronting and they be kidding themselves.
Yeah.
And they end up in deeper shit. I can tell you I ain't there yet. I ain't with, that's why I don't, certain situations I don't put myself in, because I ain't with all the backing up shit. I ain't with all the, oh, hold on, I'm on peace now. I'm on my ego. No, fuck that. I'm with the bullshit too. So I police my surroundings and I make sure I don't get involved with certain types of individuals because I'm still on that. And it's a lot of us who still on that. And it don't got no expiration date. So for all you young Thundercats out there, old motherfuckers out there, man, listen. Bullets don't got no age, bro. Murder and death and all this that level of violence, that level of aggression, it's not lost on you necessarily as you get older. You're gonna have to go through a journey like Kamar did. I ain't been through my journey yet.
And even still, you know what I mean? Like the lower self and the higher self.
Right.
You need both.
Better have them both.
You need both. This is part of the duality that we made of, part of it. You know what I mean? The higher self and the lower self.
Right.
You know what I mean? The lower self is supposed to kick in when it's time for survival.
Right.
Because see, your lower self come from this reptile brain, this reticular cortex. right?
Mm-hmm.
And see, and that's where it's like, okay, survival. I need what I need. I got to get what I get. It's
Yeah.
emotional. You know what I mean? This is where all these thoughts come from. Your most primitive brain. You should feel
Uh-uh.
silly as fuck knowing this is where your thoughts is coming from.
No, you know why? Because I'm gonna keep in touch. I'm gonna keep
Well, I ain't
balance.
talking about you, Kevin. I'm not talking
I'm
about
talking about
you.
me though. I'm
I'm
talking
just
about me.
speaking in general. You know what I
I hear
mean?
you.
So I'm just speaking on why you need that lower self. Why you still
Right.
need that. You know what
I
I
hear what
mean?
you're saying.
This
I'm
is why
talking
you need
about
it. It,
uh,
it
from
kicks
my
in as
own
survival.
from my own perspective. What I'm saying is, I try to keep balance and keep in touch with my lower and my higher self because they both Kevin. And so I try to keep, I mediate them. I don't get rid of one. I'm not going to go too far into the crazy shit. And I'm not going to go too far into the super conservative shit. I'm going to maintain the middle because that's where my edge is at. Let me see what, hopefully I say this right. Somebody else get us a shot so I won't be the only one. Yashameen Hala Yahoo. I think it's the sister Jazzy. I know who it is. She said we can tap into our higher self because we don't protect our doorways. She said we can't tap into our higher self because we don't protect our doorways. She said we have to watch what we eat, watch what we listen to, and watch what we watch and what we say. It matters more than people know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can agree with that, especially the part about what's said, right? Like, cause words, and you get, I'm cool, I'm saying it, motherfucker say the wrong thing. What the fuck you just say to me? It's very easy to get caught up in that trap, man. Like, no, this motherfucker didn't. I'm just, like I said, I'm just trying to be a normal person here. I'm not existential yet.
No
I,
doubt.
I can't let me tell you yet, Kamar. I ain't found my Jedi powers, man. I'm still on the dark side. I'm a Sith, right? Ain't that what they call us? Y'all let me know how y'all feel, man, because what is it ain't obviously it ain't smoking weed, it ain't drinking liquor, it ain't, sex, and it ain't all these things that we kind of say, well, this will help me relax and this will help me. It'll be more stressful, right? Because if you lean on alcohol every time you get a problem, now you're just gonna be with a drunk with a problem. It's not gonna fix the situation. So in terms of how do I say the environment has to calm down for me to calm down. I can't relax because there's too much shit going on outside the window.
But then, so then, what you're saying is the environment controls your emotions. The environment is controlling.
It's got a lot to do with it. I ain't gonna say it
That's
control
what
it,
you
but it,
just
it,
said.
it
That's what
got a
you
lot.
just said.
It got a lot to do with it. It has a lot.
Kev, yes or no? That's what you just said.
No, no, no. I didn't say it controls. I didn't say it control me. I said it has a lot
Kev,
to
you
do with
just said what
it.
you
Even if
just said
okay, so
was
even if I did, I'm saying right now to straighten this, whatever you thought I
okay.
said out, it has a lot to do with it. I don't mean it controls it, but it damn sure got a
Well,
lot to do
you
with it.
just said until the community calm down, you can't calm down.
That's right. It got a lot to do
So
with it.
so it's controlling you.
Whatever. If that's what you want to call it, you can call it whatever the fuck you want. Like, it don't matter.
You can't change until the community
I
change.
can't. I can't calm down till these motherfuckers calm down. I can't come off my bullshit to lay off theirs. So I got to stay up here. Now this stresses me out. This makes me sick. This blows out my brain cells. This got me broken down. But this is the way it is. And until this shit start to get right and start to turn the corner, I'm gonna be on edge all the time. Even if I'm just sitting back, relaxing, like, oh shit, I'm in my yard, I'm in my zone, I'm in my space, I ain't doing shit. If I hear on 2 blocks over, I'm like, oh shit, these motherfuckers over here shooting. I got to get ready. I got to get ready. I got to get ready. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So whether it controls it, however you want to phrase it, I'll give it that credit because I'm gonna stand by the statement that until this shit calm down, I can't calm down. So I mean, because that's the way I was raised in this community. This mentality is something that's deeply rooted in me. You can't just get rid of this shit overnight. Like, oh, okay, I'm straight now. You got to go on a journey to do that. I ain't been on that journey yet.
Nobody
I
told
still
you
get
to
mad.
figure you can't be just straight, man. You here.
Shit, I got issues. I got major issues.
Everybody
Right.
do. We all do.
Vince said he
And the
agreed.
journey is never over. So that's why I
Right.
say you never can say you made it.
Health is
Again, when you get something conquered, you know what I mean? Another one arises for you to
Right.
work on. You
buddy,
never made it.
it
It's a
rises back.
consistent journey. You just have to remember to remember.
Vince said you just want to shoot somebody. No, I don't. You know what? I don't want to shoot anybody. That's the thing. I don't want to pull my shit out and shoot nobody. That's because I'm a normal person. I got to lay down and go to sleep at night. All I'm saying is What's going on has me ready to do so. It has me with my shit like, hey, I'm because it's do or die. Once you go so far, it is what it is. So it's like, all right, I'm hearing something outside. Is somebody and you got to really be threatening me first of all because I mind my own. You shouldn't really have beef with me at all. Usually, if this we get in this situation, is because you have stepped all the way over a line, and we got to get you back on the other side with the gypsiness. So it ain't that I'm ready to shoot somebody. I'm just saying this city has me ready to shoot somebody. Can you say it like that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't mad, but I'm mad, right? Like I ain't pissed about it, but I'm pissed, right? That's how this shit is. Like, man, I'm cool. No, I'm not. I'm straight. No, I'm fucked up, man. No, I'm fucked up, man. This is how Milwaukee got me, and this is how I got most of us. There's a large consortium of brothers in my age group, in my community, that feel the same way I feel. Like, Kev,
Definitely,
I don't fuck
definitely.
with nobody. I don't bother nobody. I be on my own shit. They come over here fucking with me. I'm gonna light this motherfucker up. And I know they ain't playing. I know they ain't playing, you know? So it's just like, well, I'm doing the show because I need help, y'all.
Well,
I
you
need
know, Kev, you know, and that's why I keep saying, man, I feel you. I feel the same way. You know what I mean? It's just at a different extent. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
man.
I'm still on point.
Shit, you better
I'm,
be.
know that. I'm still on point. I can't help it. That's just something that I can't get out of me. You know
Right,
what I mean? My
right.
people be tripping all the time on how I'm always watching, how I'm always seeing shit. How I'm all, you know what I mean? Come
Man,
on,
look,
you know what I mean? I'm just saying this. I know what I know again. You
he
know what I
said
mean? I'm on point, so I know I can. My mind can relax.
Vince said you got your shit cocked. Nah, man. Well, yeah. What's one of them things again? See, here I go. No, it ain't. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I'm trying to be more honest with I'm getting to know Kevin, right? I'm just doing it on the internet. I'm just saying, man, y'all talk to me, man, because we got to figure this shit out. And I work with people. I help people for a living. So a motherfucker can't say I'm without compassion. I'm just like, I ain't with the bullshit. I never have been since I was 8 years old. I ain't been with the bullshit. Just like, I just can't. Like, we only gonna be able to go so far. Take me out in deep water, but I ain't gonna let you make me drown. Right? I got to get back to the shore. So that's just the way I have to approach it. Like, you know, even if you call yourself, look, they running up in churches, man. People in church worshiping. This motherfucker run up in a habitual line stepper, run up in there, the whole church up. What the hell? Right? So it's like, look at what the white boy name, Dylan Roof in South Carolina. Remember back a few years back,
Mm-hmm.
church killed all
Yeah,
the black folks. Like, and they took him to Burger King. That's a whole other story.
right.
Oh my God. Shout out to Chantel Gwynn. She says survival mode. You are exactly right. This is where they got me and a lot of other people at, right? So I say maybe we need a little bit more Jesus. Maybe we need to pray a little bit more. Some people say, no, Kev, that ain't gonna help you. So I want to know what will help me. Vince said, Kamar, you will pull the trigger too. No, he
If I
won't. No, he
got it,
won't. Don't say that on the internet. He won't. He won't. He won't.
hey, if I got it, I ain't got to. Hey, I just ain't got. I ain't gonna blast it out there. I ain't gonna. You know what I mean? I ain't got to talk about it. I'd rather surprise a motherfucker.
Right. Yeah.
Come on by me if you want to.
Okay. There we go. There we
I
go.
mean, I'm telling you, Kev, it's still there. You know what I mean? But like I say, it's a mindset also. Like they
Mm-hmm.
said, survival mode. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Okay, I choose not to keep my mind in survival mode, but I just stay on point.
Yeah, you
Right.
got to. You have to. This city will have you there, man. Drive you nuts. You're right, B. He said, you just need he said everybody has a point. You're right. You're right. But I want people. Okay, so there we go. There's one of the issues. Is that everybody has boundaries and everybody has a line, but you got some people who just don't respect other people's shit. So they are going to press you like that. Vince, the number is 262-202-5131. It's actually run across the bottom of the page. I told y'all, if y'all got a business or something y'all want to promote, holler at me. Because we got space for banners and having people's logos and all kinds of shit. We can do all that kind of wizardry now. So if we looking for community partners, man, and you want to get your banners, your brands, and all this kind of stuff out here, just holler at me, man, because I can do a lot with this stuff. But yeah, man, peace of mind on a Wednesday night hump day edition, man. I'm trying to woosah. I'm trying to calm down. Um, Kamar is trying to help keep me calm.
Man, we talking about peace of mind, man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's what I'm here for. You
Yeah.
know, I feel like my thing on earth, my whole purpose for being on earth, you know what I'm saying, is to bring back harmony and peace. Harmony and peace.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? This is what it's about, man. Peace of mind, peace.
Right.
This is what I'm trying to give to the community. I mean,
and I'm glad that there's some people trying to do it, man. I really am. I'm really happy. But we can't really. Once again,
can't say we can't. You can't say what you can't do.
Right
we
now,
can do any goddamn
right
thing.
Now we can't. We're unable
we
to.
Can do
We have
any
been
goddamn
unable to.
thing.
We've never done it. We've
I ain't
never
speaking
done it in
that.
this
I ain't
city.
speaking that.
I'm living.
Our body's 80% water, man. It hold that shit. It hold them vibrations.
Vince Tony, what's good with you, my brother?
Oh, answer the phone.
Right. Oh no, he don't.
Kev don't let us hear. Kev don't let me hear the ringer no more.
Huh?
Kev don't let me hear the ringer no more.
Oh man, that's fucked up.
Oh no, man. I got improved equipment, man. You can't hear the ringer no more. Ain't no ringer no more. This state of the art we do now. I just hit a button and bring you in. Right? V100 style.
Oh man, the top of the line shit, huh?
Yeah, I'm on some light skin shit. Yeah. I'm being divisive as fuck tonight, right?
Yeah, man, y'all got me cracking up, man.
Man, it's Outlaw Radio for a reason. I hope people didn't tune in expecting to hear the popular opinion win today. Fuck that.
Oh, hell
no rules,
right?
No rules. Chantel Gwen, she said it's great how y'all support each other. At the end of the day, we brothers. Don't even like it ain't even, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, this is a platform for gentlemen and scholars. Some of us are strapped, right? So beware. What's going on, Vince? What's going on with you, man?
Oh man, you know the same shit. I'm fighting the same fight I've been fighting for these niggas, you know, with Shantae and all these stupid ass niggas.
Right, I hear you, man. I hear you.
Yeah, that's all. So, you know, I walked up 27th Street from 27th and Hope, where 414 Life and 30th Street Corridor, Northwest Side CDC, and all the rest of the bullshit, and showed how fucking dirty the streets are, all the way up to the hot spot, right across from the hot spot, the bus stop. You got fucking, I mean, so many fucking liquor bottles that is, you know, it's fucking, but we know where they're coming from. So I wrote a letter, took it up to the building, Central City, and dropped it off and said, you know, I'd like to have a meeting on Saturday with all of y'all to talk about how we can clean this shit up, right?
Okay.
So our Saturday come over there, only people there is Northwest Side CDC, because, you know, they done some cleanups and shit, so they down there cleaning up one fucking block. And they got white people that come over here to clean up the block. I said, okay, if y'all want to clean up, y'all need to come back next week too, because these niggas don't throw the same shit on the ground. You can't pick up shit after a nigga and expect them to come after you and continue to do what you're going to do. They're going to keep throwing it down there, so you might as well come every week, right?
Right.
Well, nobody showed up. I called the alderman's office and talked to his secretary, whoever the fuck that was, and you know, nobody showed. They didn't show up. He still hasn't called me. Police liaison called back and said, well, they couldn't make it. They got too much shit going on. And he's supposed to call me back. He hasn't called me back. So sitting out here last night, hanging out with the kids on the block, pow, 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 pow. Sister down the street goes down to the corner, hot spot, lady laying on the ground, got shot.
Wow.
Right? So nobody, but where's Cavalier and the other four niggas that stand up together? Get your ass down there and stand up in front of that motherfucking store and tell them to stop this shit or close that shit down.
That's right. Talk
Don't
your
quit
shit.
playing. They fucking playing. Don't play. You know,
That's
you something. You fucking mayor. You know, I voted. I voted for Bugs fucking Bunny because I don't trust none of these motherfuckers. They ain't
Oh man, talk your shit, Vince.
We had the option of voting for a fucking racist Chief and Tom, or what do you call him? Uncle Tom.
He's affable. We call him affable.
Whatever. Well, we had a choice of Uncle Tom or a fucking Peeping Tom. I said, fuck it, I'm voting for fucking Bugs Bunny. That's it.
Well, tell me this, because I hear a lot of people talk about our mayor and say he's that. And, you know, we don't like to use the term Uncle Tom around here because really it's disrespectful. No, because Uncle Tom was the good guy. Sambo was the bad guy. Right. So you know.
He both of those niggas then.
Sambo Tom. What the hell?
Yeah. Well, you know, hey, Kev, if it's not, you standing up every place else, go up here, stand in front of the fucking house spot and give your fucking camera, whatever you guys fucking do on TV, do that shit instead of going up there to fucking Sherman and telling somebody to put a fucking lock on their goddamn gun. That's some Barrett shit.
Yeah, I
Like,
can.
well, I'm
Yeah,
gonna lock up my fucking gun.
yeah, because you got to be peaceful. Peace of
Peaceful
mind.
my ass. I gotta use it. These niggas shooting.
That's true. That's true, man. It's the best way to put it, man.
Ain't nobody else shit locked up.
Right. Why we gotta lock our shit up, right?
What peaceful? Hold on, Kev. What peaceful got to do with locking your gun up?
Me just throwing some shit in there. Me trying to start some shit, get you involved, get you.
No, that's why I had to bring it back up. I heard that.
We'll get this motherfucker cracking one way or another tonight. Goddamn it! Come on, get your ass in it, Kamar. Fuck peace. Come on, what you got to say about that shit?
No, Kev. What was you gonna say about Cavalier?
Well, I was, hold on, B Dog. I got you in a minute. B Dog is on the line. Give me a second, B. I was just gonna say a lot of people have, because I actually celebrated the fact that we do have a black mayor, and it was the first black mayor that we ever had.
Damn it.
The job, but I had to come back behind that and talk about Chris Abley, who's kicking the majority of the funding for my brother DC and Cavalier.
Thank you. So who's running shit, Kev? If I give you $10, nigga, you owe me, okay?
Right. That's
So
right.
he put up $350,000 for Cavalier and $712,000 for what's Crowley. You mine, nigga.
Basically,
period.
I didn't want to say it like that, but that's kind of like where I was
tell
going.
the truth.
Right, you right. I'm on that bullshit tonight. I might as well, right?
Say
That ain't the Kev. I know Kev. Come on, what happened to Kev, man? We need a drink.
See, no, that's the balance. That's my balance. That's me on one hand being peaceful, and then on the other hand,
no, nigga, don't be peaceful now, nigga.
Yeah, I don't like that Kev. Give me that rage. I want the other Kev. Get that nigga a drink.
Right. Yeah, somebody give me some herbal tea so I can catch up with my chi and get centered in this motherfucker.
I
right?
got some cookies for you already. What you want, Kev?
You know I like baked goods. Listen. You gonna get me indicted?
There's some infused baked goods.
Right. I hear you though, and I just try to respect everybody's opinion because I call him Obama 0.2. Not 2.0.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you something, Kev. Obama did more for the letters, the alphabets, than he did for us.
Yeah, if you gonna
because I experienced that shit. I experienced it at work. These niggas, they bold now. They fucking challenged me. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was a man or woman, but they challenged me, and somebody told me whatever it was. I still don't know what it was, but they were fucking with me.
I didn't even know the whole alphabet until Obama got in office.
Oh,
thank you.
I just thought it was one letter.
No, it's a lot of letters, boss.
Oh man, Vince, we got to get you on the show, man. We got to get you on, man. It ain't nothing but a link away. We do everything virtually.
I'm available I'm 10 toes down with you and Kamar.
Oh yeah, man. And
yep.
like I said, we all virtual now, so you ain't even got to leave the crib. We can do it right from your living room. All you got to do is cut your phone on. So we're going to get you on here, man.
I sometimes I can't cuss, but y'all let me cuss. So shit, I like y'all show.
You can cuss all the time, right? Anytime.
Exactly. Right? So fuck it. Fuck them. Fuck all of it. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. Fuck that.
Piccolo player is a motherfucker. All right,
no, but Kev, on the real side, I'm willing to work with any of these people if they want to do the right thing.
Yeah.
I came up with a solution, and here's my solution to the problem. We have to start somewhere, and it's not necessarily right at you ain't gonna do shit. The Office of Violence Prevention and whatever you want to call them, they can't do shit because nobody knows when this shit gonna go down. It just pops when it goes down. But here's one of my solutions to start to change is that we as a community can get together. I've got a logo. It can be a movement. And I worked with the kids from the youth center, Lighthouse Youth Center, a few years ago, and I'll send you a copy of it. And I said, well, what do we need to do to clean up the city? And they came up with these logos, and it, basically says, if you come in front of my house, you tell the person, you get out your car, don't leave this shit in front of my house. Then the mother talks to the kids talk to the mothers, the grandparents, everybody's doing the same thing. and I've got a T-shirt with the and Kamar, you'll like this with the eye on it. The eye of we talked about the male and the female side of it, and it has an eye on the front of the T-shirt, and it says "I see you," right? So we get to the point where we're seeing people do. You throw the paper on a gun, I see you. Stop it, right? Throw that shit in the garbage, right? And it can go to the point where I see you gambling. Stop it. I see you selling some dope on my corner. Stop it. So the whole city is looking at people when they're doing shit. We can stop some of this shit, at least stop the paper and the littering. And once we get that going, then you can start looking at mental health and anything else that we can look at. But right now, we don't have anything to hang our hat on, so everybody's just fucking wild, wild west.
Man, shoot me all of that, Vince. You know we'll put it on, man. You know we support you.
Okay.
You know we rock with you. Hard body karate.
Absolutely. So let me get off so you can get somebody else on. I'm tired of cussing.
You all cuss. See, now he gonna sleep good because he got his
He
shit
said
off.
all the cuss
I
words. He done.
can't get it off unless I come on Cav's show. Otherwise, I'm out here talking like white people and shit.
He just said all the cuss words. He done now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hit us up. I know B-Dog was on the line. Hit us up, man. If you pissed about something, call in and talk about it. Like, talk your shit. Like, who you want to call out? Like, who you want? What you want? Man, it's a bullshit, Cam, motherfucker. You know, even if it's your girl or something. I'm tired of this Bigfoot broad, man. No, I'm joking. I'm on that bullshit tonight. I'm on that bullshit. And I ain't even had a drink, man. So don't Cam was drunk. No, I ain't even had a drink. I wish I did. Maybe that's why I'm stressed out. But yeah, it's Outlaw Radio, man. It's peace of mind. And don't get me wrong. Don't get because like I said, I don't want the message to be lost in the profanity. I do believe that there's a situation where we need to be more peaceful, but we need to calm down. We need to get a sense of calmness about us. I'm saying I'm not there yet. I'm saying that I feel like I have to respond to the stimuli around me. BT said it's called being a good witness. He was talking about Vince's plan. He said it's called being a good witness. Go ahead, Kumar.
I think we need to learn how to learn how to start showing a little more grace with each other, man.
Okay.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like us towards each other, because we do each other harsh. You know what I mean? And this is a step in that direction. You know what I'm saying? To at least be conscious about trying to have a little more grace for each other.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of the time we do stuff to each other and we don't even know it. Like something I'm trying to eat, and something I'm doing, somebody may feel disrespected about it or something. Right. You know what I mean? But we just have to show a little grace, man. Sometimes we don't know. And then start to learn how to talk to each other, because presentation is everything, man. And there's too many damn times we wind up with problems or differences with each other, and then a motherfucker act like it's got to be some kind of beef or something. It ain't got to be that. That's right. What I'm saying. We need to learn how to have a little more grace with each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's you right. I'm agreeing with you. As motherfuckers is habitual line steppers. Yeah, they be on some bullshit. You listen. I vividly remember. And shout out to Byron Terry. Byron, the line is open, by the way. He said, I want some of you motherfuckers to die. That's what he says. It's running right across the screen. I be driving with my kids, man. I remember this when my babies was young. You know, I got them all strapped in the car seats. And I'm doing the speed limit. I'm got my babies in here. I got to protect this. And here come a dumb son bitch doing 70 in the bus lane with a spare tire with two dudes hanging out the back seat. And Swerve almost hit me. And I'm looking at them like, what the fuck? But they act like I did something wrong. See what I'm saying? So now and I got my babies in the car. That just creates that angst. It just creates that, like, you know what? Fuck you, man. I hope your shit turn over. I hope both of y'all fall out that goddamn car. And so it creates that kind of attitude.
Hey, and that's what I'm talking about right there, though. In that moment, you know what I mean? Okay, they do something that's disrespectful. They damn near hit you. They didn't hit you. They damn near hit you. If you let it go, they're going to keep on going about their way. Mm-hmm. If you say something and you act on it, you get an opportunity for that situation to arise.
Or I might fuck them up.
That's what I'm talking about being able to have a little more peace. You know what I mean? A little more grace. Just have a little bit more patience. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know. These motherfuckers don't even know how to drive. They don't know the rules of the streets or nothing. So they doing disrespectful shit in the road.
You're going to learn today. Maybe if I fuck them up, they won't do it to nobody else. Maybe I should chase their ass down and let them have it
Hey,
with my shit.
and you may not be able to teach nobody else a lesson either.
Right.
I might can tell my story from prison and get a biopic. You never know.
Okay,
I could.
okay, biopic.
I'm clout chasing now. I'm clout chasing now.
Okay, biopic.
What's up, man? What's up? It's Outlaw Radio for a reason, man. Don't nobody give one fuck. That's why I keep trying to tell people, you think you don't like me? I don't like you. Like, that's always been the way I deal with people. Like, okay, now you think you don't like me. Man, I don't like you. And I'm gonna show you I don't like you. I'm gonna show you, right? I'm gonna prove it to you. You couldn't hate me more than I hate you. And I've been okay. I know. People might say, well, Kevin, that's why you
I
got
don't
high
like
blood
hate,
pressure
man.
now.
It's just too much energy. Like I'd rather be apathetic to you. Like either I fucks with you or you have no position in my mind. Hate is
Right.
I'm a lazy motherfucker, man. I ain't even about to give you the energy to hate. Hate take a lot of energy, man. If I'm gonna spend that energy, I'd rather be love and gratitude versus me hating somebody. So I don't fucks with the hate. Plus, like I've never been really a aggressive dude like that because it don't give me what I want. Like I've fought people, I've whooped people ass, and
You didn't
it
feel a
does.
sense of satisfaction behind that shit?
No, honestly, I don't because I'm the
Oh,
kind of
no, not
motherfucker
really.
that I'm the kind of motherfucker I want you to. It's like this. In order for me to feel fully fulfilled from whooping somebody ass, it'll be like that talk with like, now you know why I got you, right? Okay, and do you understand where you fucked up? Now will you be doing that again? Like that's the only way I could feel. It's damn near like that father moment. And I know the average nigga will be fuck you, man. Like you damn near trying to get that. I would damn near have to beat somebody close to death before they give me that. So that's why I don't even like the fight type shit because I've been in fights and I've seen fights to where the motherfucker that win end up the worst. He got two broke hands. Yo, I whooped that nigga ass. But now he can't go to work and type for 2 weeks because he done broke his hand on a motherfucker forehead for disrespecting him. So
well, you know what? Unfortunately, there's been some situations where people have tried to violate me and cross the line, and I put hands and feet on them and felt very relaxed afterwards. Very good. Felt like I got everything I needed to get off. Matter of fact, a long time ago in 1995, I was in a race riot in North Dakota against a bunch of prejudiced
Hurt people hurt people, Kev.
and you know what? I never felt the level of relaxation after that fight in which I got to really just let loose and throw my hands in a crowd of people where everybody could be a target and it was all on the other side. I got so much tension out. I don't think I had to fight for a couple years after that. So, I
see,
have
but
felt the satisfaction of really saying that motherfucker won't do it no more.
but that's the thing, man. Like
I got jumped on a
Hurt
bus here.
people hurt people.
a
I
lot of
got jumped on
people.
the bus here one time,
Yeah.
and I let loose, and I felt very good afterwards. It was very, very fulfilling.
And I'm glad you were able to find fulfillment in that, man.
Yeah.
But
Hey, I
but
needed a cigarette after that shit. It felt so relaxing.
but that's the issue. A lot of us don't know any other forms of stress relief besides fucking or fighting, and we gotta move beyond that because sometimes those just cause more problems. That's why in my book I got a whole chapter about emotional intelligence, where I tell people paint a picture, write that shit. Like when people call me to get consultations, I'd be like, hey, look, man, don't keep that shit in. Write a letter to whoever fucked with you. You ain't even gotta give it to them. You could burn that shit. But just getting it out of you gives you a productive means of expressing yourself so that shit ain't festering in you. But we got to find more productive ways besides fucking and fighting, man.
Yeah, I'm so glad y'all so enlightened, man. This is what the beauty of Outlaw Radio is, the diversity amongst the cast, right? I'm glad y'all so enlightened, man. You brothers are shining examples to our community. But I want somebody else who be on the bullshit with me to call in. If you on some bullshit right now and you pissed off about what's going on in Milwaukee and you like, you know what? I'm ready to fuck one of these little knucklehead motherfuckers up, driving up on grass and shit. I'm ready to smack one of these child molesters. Let's talk about this goddamn sex offender list that came out too. Shout out to Chantel Gwynn. She said we need African American donors. More people need to show up and support events in the community She said she walk around in the community asking for help saving lives, and the turnout could be much better. Please, please don't miss that. Yeah, we support Chantel Gwynn in her fight against sickle cell and aplastic anemia and all kinds of different things that affect our children. We still down with that. That's some positive stuff that we do, right? It's just that, I every now and then I got to get this shit off my chest, and I got to go there. I got to go there because it needs to be said, and I'm not trying to Kevin Samuels myself. I'm just being honest, right? Like, I'm not just, it ain't for shock value, right? Like, I'm not talking like this because I want somebody to click on my shit. I'm talking like this because this is honestly how I feel. BT said, don't let it go to your head. Chantel, Vince Tony said he'd like to work with you. Okay. She said she forwarded the information to us. Outlaw Radio's been great with support. We do our best. And most of the time we're positive. Most of the time we are, but I be on some bullshit a lot. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Kamar is just Kamar. He is who he is. He's been the same way since he's been on the show. I be fucking mad. I be upset. Yeah, my ego be talking to me and shit. My anger, all that good shit. I gets it out, but then I wake up the next morning feeling pretty good. And that's why I say I have knocked the motherfucker upside his head before and walked away thinking, wow, I think I just really taught him a lesson. I think he actually learned something. I gave him something that can last for life. And honestly, if you really put hands on somebody well enough, they will come back to you later on. If they was wrong, and this is a true story. I've had individuals come up to me and say, yeah, man, I remember, back in the days we had, a little physical thing. You put me on my back or whatever. But, I was wrong, brother. I was out of order, man. I was on some bullshit. And I say, you know what? You sure was. You was. That's why I had to do that to you. And I know that that's not always the way it works out, but I have given lessons in life and blessed individuals with these hands.
See, man, I never like the way my mind works, man. I'm always thinking ahead, so I never really wanted to feel like dealing with the retaliation shit. So that's another reason I really avoided it, because I'm not fighting to knock you out. I'm fighting to not have to worry about you no more.
Same shit, different toilet. We can do the same thing on Wednesday we did on Tuesday. It's not a problem.
I used to feel like if I gave it to them hard enough, they wasn't gonna want no more.
And a lot of times that's what I'm saying, teaching and laying hands, like really teaching.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, but like I said, by doing that though, you open up the door for so much other shit for you to have to go through.
Right,
that really ain't even worth it. You know what I mean? When it's a lot of the time, it's something you could have just let go. Like, it's so many motherfuckers in the joint, man, that's in the joint off of something they did on a split decision. You know what I'm saying? Split second decision. They ain't never getting out.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Because they felt like they were so disrespected, and really they could have walked away from this shit.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes they couldn't have. But
I ain't saying all the time. It's never. Nothing is ever all the time. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is ever all the time. But you know what I mean? But you have to think like this. This is like I say, we ain't talking about thinking out of survival mode. I'm thinking about how to stay out of these situations now.
Yeah, man.
When I know the situations that I recognize arise, and I know how to get out of them before they start.
I have no desire to go to the penitentiary. Please don't take me there. That's what I would say. Like, don't make me go to jail for fucking you up. Come on, man. I don't want to go sit down, but if you make me do this shit to you, come on, man. That's what I'm saying. I mind my own, right? And you don't see me even trying to run the streets. I knew that my involvement in the streets had to be reduced a long time ago because I knew of my mentality. And I know eventually you get too old for that shit. And eventually it gets to the point where it's like, dog, you about to risk something for nothing. That's why I said, well, let me just remove myself because I will be with the shits a lot of time. Now, did y'all see this goddamn pedophile list that's circulating around that had everybody upset in the city? I guess there were certain people on there who you didn't know.
That's because everybody in the city knows somebody that's done some bullshit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then it's always to where somebody being protected for the bullshit they do. Okay. You know what I mean? So you got people seeing this list, they get mad. You know what I mean? You got people that's seeing this list that's like rejoicing. You got all type of motherfuckers seeing this list, man. And I think these lists should be out and it should be normal.
That's right. You know
what I'm saying? You should be putting these people on blast all the time.
Right. You're right, especially if it's a child involved. Your ass need to be exposed.
Whoever it is, whether it's the uncle, anybody.
Right. Take your ass out somewhere and beat the hell out of him, right? And drop him off on the sidewalk somewhere. His ass won't do it no more. Well, maybe he will, but beat his ass again. I'm just saying, I didn't feel no mercy, Kamar. I don't. If you a rapist or somebody like now, okay. So here's where the sensitivity comes in. What are people on there for, right? Like, because the people I seen the discussion of somebody saying, well, my homeboy on there, and what he was doing was he had like some porn, and the little kid was watching it, and somebody reported him, so he got charged as a sex offender. Or he was messing with a girl. She said she was 19. She said she was 20. She looked older. She was dressed. She had a fake ID. Found out she was 16. He got arrested. He's a sex offender. So, like, do these people deserve any kind of compassion, or should they be on a different list?
Well, I tell you, it sucks to be on that list, period.
Right.
You know what I mean? As a man, you should be more mindful. You shouldn't be, you should be more mindful of this shit that's going on out here. We was just talking about how times are today. What's going on in the community today? You know what I mean? Young girls is running around here acting like they older. So maybe you should stay away from the girls that look young.
Okay, stay away from the girls who look young. I'm gonna need you to help me with that one. I'm a little bit. I'm dragging.
Because you know what I mean. You know, it's a lot of girls that's out here that look young. Motherfuckers, you gotta ask how old is you. If you gotta ask them how old they are, they too young. So stay away from the girls that look young.
I'm not making no excuses, but if a fake ID is presented and she dressed and she looks like a grown woman, you are at her mercy. Now hold on. Now I come up in the 90s. And I'm gonna tell you why a lot of us in the 90s got to be careful, because we had parties where what happened? Girls got drunk, girls got high. You got a girl high, you got a girl drunk. You did what you did. You could be on that list very easily. Like in today's society, that shit is grounds for prosecution. But how many brothers have you seen? Man, I'm finna go pick this girl up. I got drank and shit. I'm about to get her ass faded. No, I'm hitting something tonight. I've heard brothers say that. I'm just saying. I'm just, so
hey, look, I'm just saying, man, if you meet a girl and the ID got to come up in the conversation, she's too young for you.
Yeah, I mean, that maybe should be your first thought. Just a little less Hennessy, maybe a little less hydro, right? Like that, you wouldn't have, you wouldn't have pounced on the first thing near you if you wasn't drinking Bumpy Face. I agree with you, Lisa Mueller. She said you usually can tell by conversation also. If you if you got all your faculties, I mean, let's say we're both in the bar, we both in the club, we both bopped, we kicking it, we partying. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying this is what could happen to an individual. But I still believe, like Kamar said, it sucks to be on the list. So unfortunately, you have to be on the list.
Maybe so is the list all like child molesters or what? Like what's the list?
It's different degrees. First degree, second degree, third degree.
It's a listing.
So all these ain't like child folk. Like, cause I heard
all of them ain't.
I heard if you get caught fucking in public, you got to register as a sex offender.
Really?
Like, yeah, that's what I heard, and I'm like, damn. I used to get it in cars like shit. I got 6 kids. Sometimes that's about the only place me and my lady could get some privacy.
Right?
I ain't never heard. Yeah, that would be crazy.
But that's what I heard. I heard if you get caught fucking in public, you got to register as a sex offender.
See, there you go. Indecent exposure. You don't keep your ass up in the air. Somebody walk out there.
So that's why I was asking about this list. Like, what is this list? Is these all child touchers or like?
Well, no, it's not all child touchers. It's different people. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? It's different levels. You got first degree, second degree, third degree, and fourth degree. It's different degrees. So there's all different types of sexual offenders. Some that's done it with a weapon. Some that's just taking it. Some that's been fucking with kids. You know what I mean? When you look at the list, it tell you which degree it is.
Damn, I ain't never been that pressed for pussy. Like I think I get more off on it being offered to me. Like I ain't never even got to fuck. Let me just get her to the point where she want to fuck, and I'm good.
Don't tell on yourself, boy.
Hey, listen, be careful. A lot of the time, you got to talk yourself out of it.
Right. It's like, okay.
If she willing to come hang out and party and kick it with you got to talk yourself out of it.
Chantel Gwen saying, update, Kaylin's platelets has still been dropping, and we are looking for a needle in a haystack. It's going to take a black man or woman to save his life. We've been looking for a match since 2019. She says she prays that people find it in their heart to get registered on the donor list. I will have kids to take samples this week. Whatever you can share with us, my sister, we'll share it. I'll share it with people.
It might be beneficial for them to find like some. I don't know how that worked with the marrow donors, but I know I was with somebody who was blood type O, and they was like them donor facilities was jocking them because I guess O was a universal.
Okay.
So hopefully they get some more O type folk coming down there.
I don't know. I've been trying to support the sister. She said, "Can we all set up a time to give a donor sample?" See, this is where I get hung up at because what's the process? Somebody got to explain the process to me. Because I'm once again, I'm being honest. I'm very paranoid about giving any of my DNA or any of my biological tissue to the powers that be. So can you send me something that informs me of the process? I don't want to commit to nothing in public that I ain't gonna do in real life. You'd be like, that motherfucker said he was down there. You want to get no sample though. It's like, I just want to know. I do want to know because I want to be supportive, as she said, a swab in the mouth. If that's all it is, yeah, that's good money. If it's just a swab in the mouth, here you go, right? But I want to know what the actual process of donating is. Because you got to lay down? Is it a procedure involved? Like, how do you, so just a swab in my mouth and that's given, well, she said a donor sample. I'm talking about if they said, no, you are a good match. We want you to donate. And then I'm like, okay, well, what we got to do? And they be like, well, come back tomorrow. We put you to sleep. I'd be like, I ain't coming back to this shit. I'm sorry. My bad. And that's the way I'm being honest. That's where a lot of black people, that's why donors are low because we don't know what the process is. So let's yes, no doubt. Just shoot me a message after the show in regards to the process. And then I can inform other people because I've had people say, well, what you got to do that? And I'd be like, well, I don't know. They'd be like, see, Kev, your ass, send me off and shit. I'll be somewhere getting fucked up. You know how he is, man. You know how he is, man. That Milwaukee shit.
Somewhere getting probed.
Right. Let me go check and see if your ass on that goddamn list, that sex offender list. Your ass out here grabbing asses and shit. Now I want to know was Bob Donovan on there? I want to know was he on there? Somebody tell me who's seen the list, right? Was it did we just look at the black people list?
Where did this list come from?
I think I don't know. I don't know how it was set up. I don't know if it was like just this year. I don't know if it was. No, it couldn't have been just this year because I just saw some people talking about some people who they done knew for years.
Okay.
So I don't know how they came up with this list of people. But I'm almost sure that it wasn't a whole list.
Okay. So we got a caller on the line, Kamar. Give me a second. Go ahead, sis.
Hi, this is Chantel Gwen. How are you guys?
We all right. We're doing tonight. Kamar, as usual, is the only good one. I'm on some bullshit. What's going on?
I've been listening to on and off with y'all, but y'all been doing good this evening. I just wanted to call in to give a little bit more information as far as the process to donate.
Okay.
So what I've been really trying to tell people, if you can tolerate the sick and get a tattoo on your neck, your back, your arm, your leg, you get your nose pierced, you get your lip pierced, get your face pierced, donating for somebody to save somebody's life is no more invasive than one of those procedures. You will be put to sleep before the procedure starts. They'll take a needle, they'll draw some bone marrow out of your bone, and the marrow is a liquid type substance. It's a substance. It's not solid. It's not tissue. It's not actual bone that they're taking. They're just taking the juice from your bone, and then they take that juice from the bone. Then they put it in one of those bags, those IV bags, and then they give it to the person who actually needs it. But the person who actually needs the bone marrow, they have to go through chemo and radiation. So the person who's receiving the donation for the transplant for bone marrow, they have to go through the same type of process a person with cancer has. So it's more dangerous for the person who's receiving the transfusion than it is for the person who's giving. And as I said, when you're trying to give somebody the gift of life, like I said, it takes no more time than go get a tattoo or get a piercing. People think it's even a long process. It's not. And the company that we're working with, for if someone is a match for any of the children or any of the people that are in the database, what they do is they take care of their lost wages. They take care of if they need daycare for their animals. They pay for food and board. They pay for transportation. The person who's donating does not have to pay for anything at all.
Okay. We get that.
But
Let's get it out here.
these are commitments. These are moral commitments that people when you sign up to go into the database. This is another reason why we don't have a lot of people that are donating bone marrow is because once they get to that step and they get a phone call and say you could possibly save someone's life, a lot of people back out. They get scared at that point. And then we have families that sit and wait like, oh, okay, my 2-year is going to be saved. And then people back out. You understand what I'm saying? So when I'm swabbing people's, doing the swab kits myself, what I'm going to be doing is also discussing the importance of them being put in the system. Somebody could call them 5 years from now. Somebody could call them 2 years from now. But if you get that phone call, are you going to be the person willing to say, okay, since I am that match, I will stand up and help this person. It makes no sense to put people in a database who, if you're called, you're not going to be willing to donate anyway. Yeah. So that's kind of the speech that we're going to have to give people when we're swabbing their mouths, because this is just the first step. We want to make sure that you're genetically a match for my son. And it works the same way as you see on CSI Miami. You know how they have the computers, they have the two DNAs, and then they put one on top of the other and see how close of a match it is. I need somebody's match to match his genetically 100%.
Okay.
Before they would do any type of transfusion for him. So in our case, I was telling you before that they didn't want his platelets to drop under 40. So now he's at 36. And so they're going to try one other type of medicine, but it's kind of hard to get a hold to. So we're going to have to wait a couple weeks to get this medicine. But what would really help my son is if he had a donor, a bone marrow donor.
Okay.
Then this nightmare could be over for us. I mean, it's a nightmare that a lot of people are going through, but he's been fighting hard. And when he was diagnosed, he was 16 years old. So it's been a long journey, and I don't want him to get discouraged. I don't want him to feel like nobody cares. I mean, we talk about all day long how we want to do something for these kids in the city. We got to keep them uplifted. We got to keep them healthy. We got to keep them happy. And that's going to diffuse half of the stuff that's going on. These kids are angry. They feel like they're lost. They feel like they've been thrown to the side, forgotten. Some of them don't get a chance from day one to have a healthy start in life.
I hear you.
So if that's what would give me peace in this city. If I could see more African American people who want to make a change in this city come out to these blood drives that we're going to be having 5 times a year, every year, and today try to shut us down.
When is the next drive?
This every year. May 21st. It's on the Team 414 Kaylin Strong.
Okay.
The Facebook page.
Yeah, I've shared a lot of the posts in the People's News Network.
Mm-hmm. So that's going to be the next drive. I'm going to go through the Sherman Phoenix and leave some flyers there, but most certainly, if you know any business owners or someone who's trying to get in contact with me, you can give them my personal information. Kamara and yourself have that information. Give them my cell phone number, and so he can get in touch with me. I'm trying to work with as many people in the community so we can do something. I figure the more people we have on board on something positive like this, there's no way change ain't going to come. Changes don't come. But we just got to be there to push it ahead.
Yeah, we got to send some prayers up for you, and definitely send me the information. We're gonna promote the next drive. Try to and my brother, the witch doctor is in the community so much. He's visible in the community, so he knows all of the events. So I know y'all can kind of cross train and get together and hook up on some of that. And I know Kamar don't have no problem supporting that. Kamar, what you got to say about that?
Yeah, it's all good. You know what I mean? She know that. She knows whenever I'm at the Phoenix, all that. You know what I mean? You come up there, hang out, and talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Catch people right there on the spot.
I appreciate it.
Different events I go to. You know what I mean?
I thank you guys for everything that y'all have been doing, getting the word out. I appreciate it. But like I said, everybody has their date. But what I just want everybody to know, I'm trying to hold on to my son, because if the resources are not there when he need it, I don't want to lose my son. I
Right.
really don't.
Right.
There's a lot of people who don't want to lose their family members.
I sure don't want to
So,
lose mine.
that's what I'm saying. And, I've been telling a lot of people while I'm giving out these flyers, if we don't do something in the next 2 to 3 years, what are we going to have in the next 5 for these kids? We losing them to the streets, disease. Kids are being born more with cancer, more diabetes. These kids are being born with these diseases now. So they don't have a chance from the start.
Yeah, we got to do something about that. We got to try to get this information out to the people. We definitely gonna
Yeah.
support, my sister. You have our prayers, you have our blessings, and like I
Thank
said,
you.
whatever we can do, we'll do it for you.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Y'all have a good evening.
You too.
Peace.
All right. All right. Peace.
And shout out to Chantel Gwen because she is a supporter of the People's Network as well. She supports all the shows, Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday, Thursday. She's always rock with us from a while back, Kamar, since we've been on this mission or this journey. She's been rocking with us. So shout out to her. So man, like I say, I'm one of those who's challenged. That process sounds scary to me. It sounds scary to me, but this might be a situation where some of us might have to step outside our comfort zone and see what we can do. So we'll get those kits and we'll see what's popping, man. Brothers will be taking the swab of their mouth and just, please don't let me be a candidate. You know how we are, man. We be on some bull. But in that case, we need to support this sister, man. And I hear her because even with the sickle cell, I just lost a cousin to sickle cell a couple years ago. One of my close cousins too, who I really, 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 really miss and love to this day. But he passed from sickle cell and he battled it for a very long time. So there are some genetic things that our babies are born with, and for like with those kinds of situations, that's the life situations. That's the natural stressors that you got to deal with. So imagine how frustrated I get when you pile all this other bullshit on top of it, right? Like it's hard enough just living a normal life, and then we get into the point where you got some idiots that want to just do dumb shit all the time. Like, damn, do you ever calm down? Can we just have that's what I'm saying. Like we got Juneteenth Day coming up. We got a bunch of community events coming up. This is about to be festival season. Are we moving towards trying to find some semblance of leadership amongst our young people to say, can we get a moratorium on violence? Is there a situation where we know somebody who's connected enough to these streets, right? There has to be some individuals in leadership positions. I do understand. They're like, I'm not fucking with y'all because I don't fuck with police. I come sit down and try to talk about peace, and then you motherfuckers got my name floating. Well, I hate to tell you, but your name's already floating, bro. They already know who you are. You're getting away with very little in today's society, right? So I'm saying that's another thing. So one of my solutions would be, can we establish some sort of moratorium on violence for the summer? Can we come up with a motto? Can we come up with some T-shirts, a campaign? Can we say, say the babies? I mean, look how many kids, teenagers are getting murdered. Right? Babies. Can we think about them? Can we say, let our children enjoy the summer? All right. Let's keep gun violence at a minimum. Who do we have to talk to in these circles? Who are the leaders? Somebody got to be the leader. There has to be some semblance of a leader. So can we go in the neighborhoods and say, hey man, who holds sway over here? Look, man, we're trying to establish some peace in the community, man. Like, can we make moves like that? Is that even possible, or is it just me being wishful? Because if it's just wishful thinking, I'm about to go back on some bullshit again. See, I be trying to be nice.
I think there's no such thing as wishful thinking.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Everything begins with a thought.
Okay. And look, I talked about this. We have been affected deeply by this gang member mentality. Criminality and dysfunction have become such a norm. And I'm the only one, I guess, who was noticing, because I was looking at rap music and I was saying, is it not like a certain kind of element involved with hip hop music? Well, you see right now, Young Thug and all these dudes who was just caught up in these indictments. Is this going to be the new move where the feds is just going to start hitting these cats with RICO acts? Because you got to be honest, there's a lot of cats doing music right now, but they really trying to do the shit they talk about on the songs in real life. Now, I'll be the first one to admit, I'm neither a Young Thug fan, and I don't even know what the dude named Gunna, I don't even know what he sings, right? Like I wouldn't know him from a can of paint, but I will say this. Once Young Thug became popular, I kind of knew rap had went off, it pulled off and left me. Because I didn't understand the whole mixture of the homo kind of thug thing. And I don't know if he's gay or not, but he flirted with that line a lot. And some people would say, well, Kevin, you like Prince, so you can't have a problem with androgyny. Well, there's some stuff about Prince that I wouldn't necessarily endorse either. You know, I would say he's a great musician. I love some of his music, but I mean, I could look at some of his fashion choices and say, that's a little questionable. Like I wouldn't like you got on high heel boots, but I mean you know when Doves Cry is still a hell of a song. So, but I never understood the Young Thug kind of like where it's a whole movement. I just felt like this ain't the hip hop I grew up on. But so he's part of this indictment, and you start to see that now Lil Wayne's name comes up, James Harden's name comes up. More and more people are starting to be affected. So, is this the next thing that's about to happen?
Hey, Kev, you know the streets is connected to music.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you talking about down there in the South. I mean, it's the same shit down there, just the streets connected to the music. You know what I mean? A lot of motherfuckers that be in the music business still be having ties to the streets.
Right.
Remember back in the day, though, they used to teach the new next generation that you can't do both.
Right.
That's what I mean? How the hell you gonna be on this motherfucker talking about who you shooting up and doing this and selling this much dope and shit? You know, you think these people ain't finna be watching you?
And you see that
you know what I mean? You talking about the guns, you young niggas on the videos with the guns and shit, man. You think they ain't watching you?
And the boy Casanova in New York he pled guilty. You look in Philly and you see AR Ab and his partner, the Philly Bosses, who was big and they was doing the rap thing, and all of a sudden then I think they already convicted to life sentences. But so with the drill music, the popularity of the drill music, and and people keep saying it's a systematic nature to this. This has been set up. This is orchestrated. But I'm just saying, and I seen somebody put up a post today that say, well, you do understand that if Young Thug and Gunna or whatever I guess their crew YSL. I'm not up on this shit, y'all. So if you know more about it, let me know. I guess they're responsible for armed robberies, drug dealing, murders. They said if they go down, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs because they employ a lot of people. And I was like, well, do you hear what the fuck you just said? Listen, robbery, assault, drug dealing, homicides, and you saying, but we need more rap managers out here. Like I'm like, what our thinking sometimes is just twisted all up, man. So I don't know if these brothers are guilty or not.
What you think about the people that's posting this stuff talking about free Thugger, free Gunna? We got to get them out. We got to do this. But then, but why would we do that, man, when these are people? I ain't saying they doing it, but this happens all the time. Like, why would we do that for somebody that's destroying the community? You know what I mean? Why would we you just gonna get out and do it some more.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And we always talking about what we need to stop. We need to stop these people from doing this stuff. We tired of this shit in our community. We tired of this gang activity. We tired of the killings. We tired of the guns. These motherfuckers getting indicted for that shit. When people get indicted, the motherfuckers know they involved.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't just we know you know somebody, so come on in. We got some questions. No,
they already got a case
built. You in that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Why do we do that? Why do we do that in the community? You know what I'm saying? It's a motherfucker who we like, but he still terrorized the fucking community. But we like him. So free him.
Free him for what? Right.
The motherfucker should have been telling dog to freeze that shit while he was out.
That's right. And so I wanted to
love him.
I want to take a minute to just even look at the state of hip hop. I keep trying to tell people hip hop is so near and dear to my heart because it's our music. And I watched this art form become something that's bigger than anything culturally, artistically, creatively, like fashion wise. Like it just changed the world, and it's ours. It's something that we came up with in our community, and it started out as this real kind of vibrant, diverse thing, right? It started out as this thing where we use it almost to kind of to communicate with each other in different regions, and now it's just I feel like it's become a tool of Satan because I don't hear the diversity. I don't hear the and I don't see the intentional creation of positive messages because the audience for that bullshit is there, or else they wouldn't be selling it. Like, right? Like, so the drill music shit and all of the crazy wild shit, and it kind of encourages those involved to say, hey, if you're gonna be in this game, you really got to do this. You and so cats is chasing the money and the celebrity and all this kind of shit. So it's permeating. And I hate to say that this is something that has now become negative for our young people. Because a lot of people would say when we were young that hip hop was a bad thing and we shouldn't, but it ended up being a positive for a lot of us. Don't get me wrong. I heard Mike Epps saying gangster rap done sent a lot of motherfuckers to prison. And I do agree that some cats just can't let it go. Like they heard it on the song and it just became, I want to be him. Right. I totally agree. But I feel like there was so much diversity and there was a little bit more balance years prior with the music. But like even where R&B was more of a force, even where pop music was more of a force. Now hip hop is the number one music genre. So its message is dominant. So what rappers are saying is usually what the streets and the community is saying, not the other way around. As a matter of fact, the DOC, the legendary MC, the DOC, if you're old enough to know, right? And if you know what the young people say, you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. He said now it's become a situation where the art is imitating life, not the other way around. Because they're saying it used to be life imitate, art. Does art imitate life or does life imitate art? Right. So now he's saying that the art is actually like making it. Well, no, I should take that back. He said life is imitating the art. There we go. Life is imitating the art. So people are hearing the music and they're getting caught up in the culture and they trying to really live this kind of deviant lifestyle. And it's taking us to some negative places. But what is the state of hip hop to y'all right now? When I look at hip hop,
I think it's sad right now. It's sad, and I say that because I know where it come from.
okay,
Like it ain't no transparency. Like it's all about being the hardest, the richest, the killer. I kill you. I do this and that. But you know what I mean. And I feel like that because see, like when we came up, Kev, it was more art involved. It was more mind. It was more thought into the music. It was messages in the music. You know what I'm saying? You had people that was talking about what was going on the streets, but then they also was talking about some good shit too. You know what I mean? Talking about having a good time, talking about being real, talking about what real friends is, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's sad right now, man. It's a dark cloud over hip hop.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. I agree. I feel like it's the same kind of energy that I feel when I'm riding around the community. When I'm riding around Milwaukee, it's that same kind of energy, man. And look, I'm not knocking. And B is saying, I was saying we talked, we communicated. He said it exposed our activity. I mean, it's not like they didn't know what was going on, anyways. I mean, they initiated most of it. If we're gonna talk about drugs, there was day drugs we were selling, so they already knew. But I feel like when I drive through the community, the same kind of dark kind of thing that's how the music feels to me now. Because I still want to listen. I know it's not for me, most of it, because it's for the youngsters. But even still, I still look for some of that innovation. We talking about music. We're talking about entertainment. We talking about shit, the same shit Marvin Gaye did, the same shit Al Green did, the same shit Stevie Wonder. He's a musician. He makes music. Right. But now this dude goes from, okay, the dude who's going to show up to entertain you to, oh, he got 75 thugs with him who got pistols who going to come and beat your shit in and motherfucker, buy my album. Okay, I'll buy it. Like most of these motherfuckers try to scare me into liking their music. So I think the state of hip hop right now is kind of sad too. And unfortunately for these youngsters, they are not being allowed the opportunity to be totally creative with it. Because this whole pressure to kind of be in the streets and be associated with a certain kind of element is there, it kind of prevents them from saying, you know what, I'm just on music. From here on out, I'm just going to focus on being as creative. I see Kendrick Lamar is coming back. Kendrick's a very creative youngster. But I don't see that from most drill rap is so simple. The way it's even made is so it's like almost like the cheaper, the less creative, the better. And it's like, nah, whatever happened to fucking the Dungeon Family? Whatever happened to N.O. Joe and whatever happened to Beto? Whatever happened to
Hey man,
Ray and all these dudes?
did you hear that joint and see the video?
I seen snippets. I haven't watched the entire thing yet.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God,
seen it.
man. Let me tell you the angle he came with on this. So like I say, you know what I mean? You talk about rap that's well thought out, you know what I mean, messages. Dog wrote this song where it's like he talking about his role as a rapper. You know what I mean? I'm trying to put y'all on. I'm trying to teach y'all what's real out here. You know what I'm saying? So he get into some spiritual shit. He get into what the community was going on in the community. Why they doing this? Why y'all doing that? So the angle we coming at is my job to tell y'all what's happening out here, to let y'all know what's going on, to put y'all on so you can open your eyes and wake up and show this shit ain't all you think it is. It's really a bigger picture. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, dog, that shit was so cold, man. I feel like I had to been about the dopest song I done heard all year.
Oh,
And
okay.
the video, the way he did the video, like it was simple, but then it was complex where he was, you know what I mean? All the controversial black people that was going on, he had them he took on that face. And then at the same time, while he was taking on those faces, the shit that he was saying in the verses, it was like they had something to do with it. Dog, the shit was genius.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna check it out after the show. I like for the hype to die
it's pretty
down
dope.
around shit. And so, Rel, I wanted to defer to you because you're a little bit younger than us. Not necessarily, you ain't no baby. You ain't the baby of the bunch, but you from a different generation, hip hop wise than we were. So how do you see the state of hip hop right now?
I see it for what it is. It's is marketing. You know, the average hip hop. I mean, right now it's advertising criminal activity because the same people who own the record labels are the ones who invested in these privatized prisons. But even before that, like I just think about like T-Pain and you know like the 2000s. That's like when I was getting out of high school. But even then, it wasn't about killing and all that shit, but it was a 4-minute commercial for either Cristal or Nuvo or whatever the fuck people drinking at the time. You know, people like right now, Casamigos is real big. I still ain't drank it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like following the hypes and shit, but I'm sure there's probably a song now about Casamigos. Just like Patron was in every song. Like so with me, I just see it for what it's been turned into. It was changed from a message to the people to a marketing to the people type shit.
Right. The bling bling era. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And we went through the same thing in the 90s when the gangster thing came in. And it was just about now I'ma sag with some khakis on. You know, I'm gonna look like a hustler from the West Coast but you know, the thugs have always had their own uniform. A lot of people didn't even know that Run DMC's look came from the hustlers around the way in Hollis, Queens in the 70s that Jam Master Jay was kind of emulating. So that's always been part of it. But I mean, I do agree with you that it does shift. The attention to things does shift. Like at one point it was okay, colors, and then it was, you know, pimping. I remember at one point pimping was like every rapper was a player. He was a pimp. He was in his video with a suit on and all that. So, but now it's to the point where it ain't about nothing else now but death and destruction.
Right.
And it's I'm gonna tell you, it's dismissed so easily within the music because you hear them talking about taking a life, and it's like they do it so effortlessly. It's not even like okay, I would listen to Scarface songs back in the days, Ghetto Boy songs, and a lot of the songs they talk about what happened, but they talk about the after effects of it. So you hear Scarface talking about being paranoid, having psychological issues because he had to take a life or something. You only get a minute to pray and a second to die. There was a different perspective to it where now it's just kind of like, no.
And how your mind start playing tricks on you and shit when you start going bullshit.
Right,
trauma.
but now they talking about trying to score. Like that's what they look at as killing somebody, catching the body, trying to score. Like right now, it's damn near like that's their rite of passage or manhood. Like almost like back in the day when people used to have to get initiated in the gangs. It seemed like everybody got that mentality of kill an enemy. Like I don't think I got any enemies out there. I don't know. I don't give them any thought. You know, I'm too busy enjoying my friends. You know, but on the other hand, people like I got ops and I gotta kill my ops. It's like damn, I was like it gotta be that life can't be too comfortable when you got ops. Like when I think of ops and shit, I really think of motherfuckers who like you damn near didn't want to see at Afro Fest without your people with you type shit.
Goddamn right,
Like,
trying to get your shit kicked in.
right. So that's what I think of. It's like, damn, that shit didn't used to be fun, wondering about who the fuck I might stumble across at the movies.
Yasha Art just says some of these young people that are rapping about the streets are not even from the streets. They found out. She said they found out this. One said that he was from the streets and fatherless. Actually, has a father, and that he is a doctor, and he stayed in the suburbs. Yeah, studio gangsters, right? It's always been studio gangsters, though, right? Like there's always been. You're always gonna have posers. I do understand that, but I think a lot of the youngsters now. One of my issues is a lot of them came up in situations where they weren't really given they weren't really experiencing at the passage of rights when it comes to masculinity. A lot of them weren't around enough, and I hate to use the term alpha male because it's such a kind of Me Too movement type of word, and I know a lot of dudes use it and throw it around. But when I say like an alpha male, I mean men like my father or my grandfather who worked very hard to have certain things, but they also protected those things with their lives if they had to, because they had worked so hard for them. So and it was always some respect and some dignity and some integrity involved in how they moved. And I'm not saying like a lot of them dudes, your granddaddy probably had 3-4 different sets of family, but he probably took care of all of them, right? He probably have no excuses as to why things were like. If you ask him why, he's because I wasn't shit, because I was just out here on some dumb shit. That's why I worked my ass off to take care of them. But there was a sense of integrity and structure, and I think a lot of our young men, for whatever reason, be it mass incarceration, be it the fact that our generation, my generation, the Gen Xers, the Tupac hip hop generation, we did a piss poor job as parents, right? We left a lot of money on the table when it comes to parenthood. Like a lot of brothers and sisters have totally dropped the ball when it came to being parents, right? And even though a lot of us were raised by that last generation of Southern parents. Like, your mama and your aunties and your grandmother and all your uncles, everybody from Mississippi, Alabama, wherever, Arkansas, Texas, you go and you get to meet the family, their structure, their grandmama, great big mama. A lot of this we didn't create those same kind of families. Right. So you have kids who've grown up with absolutely no understanding of what basic structure is. And I think hip hop now is kind of contributing to that, but I feel like as long as we don't own, this is what we'll always suffer from. And unfortunately, the major money in the game comes from the other side. It don't come from us. Even when we establish the groundbreaking, game-changing organizations like a Def Jam or BET or what have you, we sell them. We end up selling them, right? And so look at BET now. I remember BET in the 80s. I remember BET in the 90s. When, yes, there was an emphasis on rap, but there was jazz, there was R&B, there was soul, there was island rhythms, there was black dudes, there was Teen Summit. There was such a variety of programming that was positive. So I mean, you learn, you could watch shows about black colleges and stuff like that. Now when you watch it, what are you watching? You watching like Tyler Perry, or you watching some watered down fake ass drama. And I don't want to shit on nobody's show because but some of the shit I'm watching this on BT, I'm like, for real? Like, y'all got to be fucking shitting me, right? This is me being on some bullshit again. Excuse me. It comes and goes. You see, I need medicine, man. I got fucking bipolarism going on over here. Vince Tony said nobody wants to take ownership of that part. And if nothing else, this is what I want us to do. I want us to collectively own our shit. And I'm not talking about like business or talking about like entrepreneur, because I believe in that. But I mean, I want us to own up to all our bullshit. I want us to admit where we fucking up at in the community. Because I have the mentality when I look out my window and I see the next man, I don't instantaneously feel like, okay, that's my neighbor, I need to go over there and be friends with him. I'll be like, I'm going to watch this motherfucker. We have too many goddamn cars pulling up over there at night. You got to watch their ass. Put that guy, lock that damn chain. These new niggas done moved in over here across the street. That's the bullshit that I be on. But I'm owning it, right? I do be on guard when I go somewhere. I try to keep a weapon on me, whether a knife or something, Whenever I go anywhere, a stick, a bat, so is that table leg in the back? Like, because I'm conditioned that I have to be on this shit all the time in my community. I'm honest with that. I'm open with that. I'm not quick to trust people, other black people. Most of the time when when a black person tell me something, I don't believe it. Right? Like if they say, hey brother, I'm starting this business, and I'll be like, shit, I ain't fucking with you. Right? Listen, give me a $75 deposit. Yeah, right. But you gonna run off with my money? This is the bullshit I be on with my own people. I want us all to be able to own our shit instead of try to present ourselves to be the goddamn new Marcus Gandhi. Yeah, I made it up. I know. I made him up. I mixed up a bunch of civil rights dudes called Marcus Gandhi, right? Like even though Gandhi was a racist ass Indian, right? Go look up Gandhi. All you brothers out there talking, I will be like Gandhi. You better know who Gandhi was, motherfucker. Go read up on him. See, I told you the bullshit come out. I was trying to be positive. The bullshit crept right back out, man. I can't, man. I need some help. Kamar, I need some vitality capsules and some sea moss, man, to kind of get my. You see, that's why I'm on edge, man. I'm all fucked up tonight because I'm low on my supplements, right? But yeah, man, hip hop, man. I hope we can get it back. Unfortunately, it may be too far gone, man. It was a beautiful thing, man. And I like what Rail was talking about, it became more of like a commercial during his time. When we were teenagers in the 90s, hip hop became, it was kind of like a what do they call it? It was like a fraternity. Like you was part of the culture if you knew the music, if you dressed a certain way, if you spoke a certain way. It was like a circle. It was like our thing. Like this is our shit. Like no, it wasn't the mainstream wasn't all up in it. So we could have whole conversations and use the slang and all this kind of stuff. And some people wouldn't even know what we was talking about. Right. And it was kind of like a movement. You felt like this is my music. Even if you're not a rapper, this is why we bought albums. We went to concerts. We went to the movies. We didn't bootleg the movies. You went to see Juice. You went to see House Party. You went and bought the album that just came out in the Source magazine because we felt a sense of ownership of it. It felt like a collective thing, and it was rewarding us by getting better and better. If you look at the level of creativity of the music from even just 1990 to 97, you just hear more and more dynamic artists, more and more dynamic music. And then all of a sudden we just topped off. Right. And I feel like it was when Tupac and Biggie died. I feel like the creativity kind of topped off. And then we just got the 2000s where it was just, oh my goodness. Like where all of a sudden, Laffy Taffy and Soldier Boy and all. Y'all got to take an L on a lot of the trends your generation brought in the game, Rel. I have to hold you responsible for that. A lot of the most fugazi rap came in the early 2000s. I know it was some in the 90s, but oh man, I see. Y'all
that's what that's when the record execs found the formula, and they've been using it ever since. They realized that the rapper don't matter. Like even now, I honestly think they go to the streets and grab these gang members and make them rappers, and then just put big ass life insurance policies on them. So a lot of these rappers would be more valuable, if something was to happen to them versus them 2 or 3 years from now. Because it's a dope ass documentary called the Art of Rap, something from nothing. It's narrated by Ice-T, but Big Daddy Kane. Oh yeah, Big Daddy Kane in that documentary, he was saying basically the record execs got all these rappers being cookie cutter, so that now since they all a gimmick, they here today, gone tomorrow, and they just made their producer famous. Like people don't even give a fuck who the rapper is. They like, who produced that beat? Because that rapper sound like everybody else. So I think it's just what Western society do. They find something, find a way to mass produce it at the expense of quality, and they don't give a fuck because they just churning out music left and right that's going crazy on TikTok. So they getting their money, and then if something happens to their artists, they put a fat ass policy on them anyway, to where now they got even more money.
I blame some of our rappers too, because you got I see Young Jeezy, and not just to pick him out, all he rap about is cocaine and dope. And then you find out that he put his kids in private schools and that they've graduated from college and all this. And I'm like, hold on, Snowman. Damn, I know you talking all that shit when it comes to my kids, but your kids is going to MacArthur private boarding school and all this bullshit.
That's what you do. So your
Right,
kids ain't gotta hop in the game. Shit,
right,
you do.
right. I'm gonna fuck your kids up. My kids are straight though, right? Like that's a crazy mentality, right?
Hey, that's what you do.
Right, right, right. I'm only selling your family crack, not mine. My family's straight, right? My family's straight. Kamar, I know we got we got invited a while ago. You had came to me and I'm bringing this up to you for a reason because I was talking to my boy Coach Tank, who was talking about his catering service. He's on the Big Black Sports Show with me, but we were talking about the Dior Gallery, and so I
Mhm.
know that was one of you had a lot of support and you were going up there. What's going on with them lately? Have you been up there? Because I noticed they had this thing on Sundays and Fridays where it's a bunch of food.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It goes down. They was having a lot of vegan stuff. It's one guy that still does have some vegan stuff, but yeah, man, they be having all type of stuff going on up there, man. I actually got an event. I got to check the date, but I'm gonna be doing another health and fitness event up there.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? It's always some kind of pop-ups. They be having different types of pop-ups. You know what I mean? It's another one of them small incubator type situations for people that want to start a business. It's a way for you to, you know what I mean, get in these events and go start selling your products. You know what I'm saying? So you can start building.
And the
But yeah,
reason I
your
asked you,
gallery is dope.
the reason I asked you because I know in the beginning you and I had discussed doing Outlaw Radio from there during some of the events.
Mm-hmm.
So when Coach Tank was talking to me about it, my partner Larry Purdue, and I said, "Oh, the DR Gallery, that's the joint where Kamar was saying that we were supposed to actually sit down at one point and meet with them about doing some shows from there." Then of course, my spine came crumbling down. I'm just trying. I'm gonna have to reset on that. I want people in the community to know that they can get these banners where we can promote their business on the show. Like we have so much. I'm not. When I say it, there's a lot that we can do with promoting your business throughout with our platform right now, visually and digitally, is more than we could ever do. So I want people to know anything you got going on, positive, you want to promote. Hell, we got time to even break it down. You got commercials, you got advertisements, whatever you got. And that's for y'all too. All y'all to do is send me y'all shit. And we can I want to be able to
Okay,
share
for
y'all shit
sure.
too. Because we got to support ourselves. We got to support if we're gonna support everybody else. So, but that's what it's all about, man. We are looking forward to establishing some partnerships. I ain't always on bullshit, y'all. Sometimes I'm actually a very nice guy, but every now and then I get fed up and I just got to get this shit off my chest, man. I just do. Because I'm no different than anybody else, and I can only take so much when it comes to our community. So Kamar, what you got coming up this weekend? Because I think the weather's supposed to be good until Saturday. So what you got any
Yeah,
events?
Friday, we got open house for the table vocational center
Okay.
on 53rd and Capitol. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff we got going on up there. It's something like a school, man. We got Anomalous Catering. Remember Anomalous and them? They came on the
Yes.
show.
Yes,
Well,
I
yeah,
do.
they run in the kitchen. We got a commercial kitchen there. They run in the kitchen. They got classes for different age kids to come. They learning about food, how to cook, you know what I mean, all that type of stuff, how to garden even. We got art classes where the kids can come to the art classes, yoga, all this good stuff, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, but the open house is Friday. Friday, I believe from 5 to 9. I believe I have to take a look again. I just got the flyer. But yeah, that's what we got going on Friday. Saturday, I'll probably be up at the Sherman Phoenix. You may be able to catch me up there.
Okay.
So yeah.
And I know, Real, you trying to get them books. I know you trying to get them books out here. But it's about to be gardening season, man. And I keep saying it ain't no good for you keeping it up to yourself, growing all them good, healthy ass vegetables. You need to bring this message to the community, man. We got to get you
Hey,
out to some of these events. What you got going this weekend?
hey, man, I tell everybody, well, still just getting my book out here. I actually got to re-up, so that's a good thing. So,
Oh yeah.
again, my goal now is getting it into some stores and trying to rub elbows with people in childhood education. I figure if I can get it to like the 13, 14-year olds and teach them how to be their own person and love themselves, they'd be less likely to feel influenced by this gang mentality. So, still working on that. And I also do provide, gardening consultations because I am trying to get everybody on this, man. I tell as many people as I can. They don't realize, like, if you get Quest, you can use your Quest to buy seeds, vegetables, and even fruit trees for your garden. So it's about empowering people. You could use $40 worth of Quest, get you an apple tree that's gonna feed your family for generations. So yeah, the knowledge I got, I do my best to share it because knowledge is one thing you can give, and you still have it for yourself.
That's what's up, man. And I may do Outlaw Nation tomorrow night, depending on how I feel. I'm an old man. I get tired sometimes, right? I'd be like, I'm gonna do a show tonight. Then Thursday night, I'd be asleep at like 7, like oh shit, show tonight. Okay, that don't really happen. I just be tired. I don't nap. I don't doze off. I'm not that old yet. But I am serious when I say we're looking for partnerships in the community. I have to put this out here more. I realize that I haven't because it's just on me to promote what we do and try to get people to promote their businesses and trust us to promote their businesses through our show. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, the People's Network. I'm looking to expand. If you got an idea, you want to do some kind of shows, like you want to get together, I'm working with some brothers. Hopefully, that we'll be able to continue this mission to kind of create what I like to refer to as a One Nation podcast, in which we just really sit down and just really chop it up with some people who are factors in the community and connect them with other people in the community, right? To try to tear down some of the silos in the community. If nothing else, we believe in intentional solidarity. When you hear me ranting and raving about this community, is because I'm passionate about it. I'm not one of these individuals from Milwaukee who walk around acting like he's not from here or he's not happy to be from here. He's not proud of where he's from. I absolutely have had a blast coming up in Milwaukee, and I met some of the most stand up, straight up real dudes I've ever met in this city, right? Right here on the north side of Milwaukee. And I've been to other cities, and I haven't been to every city. But I don't think I got to go all the way around the world to see have whether or not the people I came up with was real, because I know real from fake. But I do understand that we have some major issues here. And if we don't do what we need to do for this city right now, we're gonna get run off this land. We're gonna get run off the north side. We're gonna lose whatever foothold we do have. And if you think we don't have a sense of community now, wait until they do that. Wait until they bust this the north side up with gentrification, right? Wait until they really start systematically placing us in places that they can kind of encamp us and formulate encampments and kind of keep us boxed in that way, because it's coming. I'm not a paranoid person. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I do believe that sooner or later a new world order will have to be established, because the order that we have right now is not functioning. Our inflation rate is at 8.4% right now. It's sky high. I keep telling y'all, you go in the store now, it's like, where the fuck am I at? You know,
Hmm.
I mean, ain't even no such thing as nothing cheap no more, because inflation has gone up. That creates that makes the dollar less valuable, and that creates more of a desire for the dollar. So you're going to see more crime and more desperation and more people who are willing to do whatever they can do to try to get ahead in life. Right. So when you hear me do a show like Peace of Mind and you hear me saying I be on some bullshit because my community's on some bullshit, I'm being honest with you. I'm very passionate about it. I'm also very passionate about protecting myself and those that I'm responsible for, right? And so, yeah, if you feel like you have that kind of energy where you're willing to do anything to take, I have to have the same kind of energy where I'm willing to do anything to protect, right? And I do agree with Kamar when he says you don't have to be no violent person to be a real dude. You don't got just because in order to be a real nigga, don't mean you got to be a killer or you got to be a gangster or you got to be a head buster. But goddamn, it sure helps if you got an understanding of what some of that involves, right? Because you got to be aware. You can't be no square. And I can't never discount people out and say what they won't do, because like them old folks used to say, the devil stay busy, right? You got to understand, man. We all play a role in this community, man, and we can all agree that we need to do something to improve the quality of life in our community. I'm here to be involved in those conversations and listen to suggestions and consider everybody's input. That don't mean I'm going to change overnight, right? But it does mean that I'm listening and I'm considering a different perspective if my community could meet me halfway. If not, then I'm going to be on the same bullshit I've been on for the last 46 years. And that's been since I was born. Because since I got here, I've been taught that if I really wanted to stay alive, I had to be on guard and protect what's mine at all costs, right? And I say it once, I'll say it a million times. I would rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. right? I would rather my son be able to come see me and talk to me through a window and say, Dad, what happened? Hey, he tried me. I had to hold mine down, as opposed to him coming to my grave giving me some fake ass flowers, right? That's just my personal preference. Everybody has an opinion and it's welcome here on Outlaw Radio, man. I will see you, brothers, man. Hopefully, maybe if you drop by Outlaw Nation. If not, I'll see y'all next Monday. It'll be Meet this Monday for Kamar. But Rail and myself will chop it up. I know Courtney is getting back with us. She's transitioning. So she sent a message to the group and said she's gonna be jumping back in. So it's gonna be one big fucking party, man. Right? Know your role, man. You got to understand you're either with us or you're against us, man. And if you out here on some bullshit and your criticism of the community outweighs your contribution, because notice for all of my criticism of my community, what I told you was what I do professionally is work in the community, and I've done that for the last 20 years. So my criticism is not even nowhere near my contribution. But if it so happens that you're on the other side of that, and your criticism outweighs your contribution, your ass is a coon, not me, you. Peace and love, y'all, man. 414 stand up, man. I had too much fun doing this shit, man.
Peace.
Y'all next
All
week.
right, man, for sure.